What's up, True Heel Heat?
True Heel Heat.
What's up? True Heel Heat. All hands on me.
Hello, everyone. It's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah.
Rob Van Dam, listen to True Heel Heat. Pow.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3. We are live on the True Heel Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for our WWE WrestleMania 41 preview, discussing this weekend's huge shows from Las Vegas, Nevada, the two-night WrestleMania. So, we had to come in strong, and you have the dynamic duo that discusses all of the pay-per-views for WWE and AEW here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel with you today. Let's get some blue in there for the Mania sign. We are joined today, of course, by the co-host over at Coexisting with Rob on Fightful Overbooked, and everyone's favorite previewer for all these WWE and AEW shows. The one and only Maggie is here. How are you doing?
I'm always so incredibly thrilled to be on your guys' channel. I'm always having fun here. Well, it's been a really lazy week. I hate it. It's every week before WrestleMania. It's the most lazy of shit, and I just want it to be the weekend so I can watch the show, have fun, and everything. And it's like I've been slacking off at work, and during my workouts, I worked out for two times this week, as opposed to 4, and I feel like a I use the term beached whale right before our show because both SP3 and I just ate before the show, and I just, man. I'll tell you one thing though, because I am the whitest of chicks, as you can see. I'm just incredibly white, and
That popped me so much. I don't know why.
I mean,
I'm
you
the
can.
white. I'm the whitest of chicks.
I'm a white
Always-
chick. So, you- so, but uh, for whatever reason, I was putting on makeup the other day, and I saw. I was going like this, looking myself in the mirror, and I saw that my face and neck is 2 shades darker than my arm. And I lost my shit because like we've been having a pretty warm winter, and apparently I caught some tan, on the only parts of my body that are visible to the sun. And now I'm back to tanning salons. So like I'm I put a rag on my face and just tan the rest of my body just so I can even them out. I used to tan like 2-3 years ago. I was never overdoing it. I always kept myself safe. I put on protective stuff. Tanning booths aren't good for you. That's everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. But I never overdid it. And now I just want to even out my because this is ridiculous. I can't even put makeup on. Like and I look ridiculous if I put whatever type of powder that matches the skin on my face. I'm gonna look like a clown. And it is the and I'm like, okay, so I'm not as white as I used to be now. So obviously I used to be whiter. So,
I love
how are you
every time
doing?
every time you're on here, you give us another story to start off the show. I love the consistency. You always have a new story. It's not the same. I mean, I used to do a bunch of podcasts with Dutch Mantel. God bless Dutch. We're gonna have him on the flagship podcast on Saturday. But sometimes he tells me like the same story. Never with Maggie. Never with Maggie. Never
Yeah.
with Maggie. It's always a new one.
Yes.
But thank you if you're joining us live. We appreciate y'all. If you're joining us
Didn't tell
live,
me how
appreciate
you
y'all.
were.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing well. I'm here with you. So this is gonna be a good time. I was on In the Weeds earlier with Jeremy Lambert. Joe Pearl invaded the show. Sean Rossap invaded the show. I don't know if you
Slack
were
off.
watching, but my daughter told me to shut up, Dada, live on air, which popped everyone. It's being considered for the Fightful Run-In of the Year award. So hey, my daughter's gonna be an award winner at 5 years old. So I'm accomplished this today.
She's also a better bartender than me, from what you were saying. So, and that's a high bar. So.
That is a high bar. But thank you guys for joining us live. We appreciate y'all if you're joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back. The simplest way possible is by dropping the thumbs up on this video. That helps the YouTube algorithms. They are three brothers, algorithm, and we appreciate you for that. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, sound off in the live chat. You know we love to interact with all of you guys and hear your thoughts, your predictions for WWE WrestleMania 41, the two-night event this Saturday and Sunday. So you could sound off with your predictions. But most of all, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to make sure your comment is highlighted on screen, you can send a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to contributors that you see on screen with us here, and we always CEO for all the support. We got in the chat I Make Beats, who became a member once again today. Thank you, I Make Beats. He says, what's good, THH fam? Happy Mania week. He also says, it's the greatest Maggie since Maggie Simpson. Let's fucking go. That's quite the accomplishment.
It's quite
He
an
didn't call me
accomplishment. Maggie's the best.
He didn't call me the best P3 since CP3. Like he called you the best Maggie since Maggie
You're
Simpson.
the breast CPT.
Breast. the breast.
Yes. Listen, she doesn't age, and like she never ages, man.
And she's been a 1-year-old for 35 years.
Yeah. I wish like I've been a 50-year-old stuck in a 35-year-old body for a whole year, so I compensate for her not aging whatsoever. By the way, you said share it with your family. Don't do that. This is not a family-friendly show when I'm here. So just
well, I mean, I don't know about your family. My family is full of people that curse all the time, so I'll share it with my family.
Oh, my family is a bunch of sociopaths, but like they don't curse.
I think it's better if you curse if you're not a sociopath.
Yeah, like listen, my parents have never told me that they love me, but like they're sociopaths that have never cursed in front of me. So like that, you can tell why I turned out the way I did.
We also got Nicky Boy, Negro Buck, Nick Jackson in the background here saying sup my good brother SP3 and hello Maggie. Always good to see both of your beautiful faces. Well, we're not the only faces that are going to be on this show. Please give me the thumbs up if you're ready to be on. She's giving me the thumbs up. She looks gorgeous as always. She is the co-host over on the TNA Impact post show, as well as one of the co-hosts of the AEW Collision post show over on the Fightful main channel. TikTok extraordinaire, Twitch extraordinaire herself, Cresta the Star is here. Look at this.
Let me hit the Batista.
I walk alone.
Honestly, one of my favorite entrances. I wish it wasn't, but I just
all-time favorite. All-time favorite.
Yes. I used to always. You got to tap the knee, and then that's how he does it. That's
also the Shawn Michaels. No matter how many times I fall, I'm like, hold on, y'all. I'm getting low. Hold on, y'all.
My nephew used to love that. My nephew used to always do the get on his knees and then pray to God, like look up to the sky. He used to always, whenever we watch the show, that's what my friends used to come over to my crib for, is to see my nephew do Shawn Michaels' entrance.
So you were the spot. Everyone came to SP3's house because you were the spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But Cresta,
that's just annoying.
Cresta, how are you feeling?
Bro, first of all, I'm not at WrestleMania. Every one of my coworkers is at WrestleMania, except for the lovely SP3 and the lovely Maggie. So we're the poors? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got 2 5-year-olds. Yes.
I'm a bartender.
I exist. I'm an American. Hold on. It's tough times out here, Daddy. It's tough times. Y'all know nothing about tough times, hard work, Daddy.
You don't know nothing about these hard times. You ever get laid off from your job and play the plumber?
I don't even got a job. I just work for Fightful, man. I love Fightful. I love my job. But it's not enough. It's not enough.
Hard out here. It's hard out here for a podcaster. Come on.
Let them know.
Oh, but yes. Are you excited for WrestleMania, though?
So I want to say yes and no, because video games have had a gorilla grip on me. So as far as I know some of the matches, I'm well prepared for the matches, but am I excited? I don't know. I'm thinking about Baldur's Gate.
Okay, so you're telling me that I need to play video games to be choked like that?
I mean, wrestling ain't gonna do it. Every time wrestling gets you real close, you're like, yes. They're like, actually, Charlotte Flair. You're like, God damn, you said
We just have 2 ladies here that just want to be choked in their life. I gotta
feel something.
It is that simple.
This world is rough. I gotta feel something, man.
Just put on deodorant, clean your nails, and choke me. Just what?
Maggie, you asked the cleaning the nails and the deodorant. Next thing you'll be asking for a shower and to wash their hands. You're doing a lot.
And a washcloth. And you need a washcloth too.
A washcloth. You look at it, you'll hit them with the good enough.
Oh, that's good. I'm good to go.
Age, ole, washe. We're out of here.
RP Jesus, I know you sent this earlier, but if you couldn't tell by the first 15 minutes of the show, no, we will not be talking about any WWE PR nonsense.
No.
I don't even think we'll talk about the actual show, but we're here.
The only PR nonsense I know that's been going on is that for a man that hate Tony Khan, Nick Khan got his name all up in his mouth. Tony Khan is his favorite dude. Are they brothers? We're brothers.
For a company that is clearly the number one in their industry, they are mighty insecure. They have a lot of little dick energy, in my opinion. Like,
there can only be one. You don't know that? There's not enough space for no AEW, no TNA, no CMLL, no AAA, no New Japan, only WWE. And if you disagree, I got 2 words.
basically, that's what Triple H been saying in an interview.
You're afraid of the grind if you think that there's more than one. You are a B+ player if you think that WWE isn't the only place to be. You are a I can't think of anything slightly derogatory that the Fed would say, but you know what I mean.
And you and your friend Mark can F off and stop being a critic. Just be a fan.
Fucking Mark.
Yes.
Who's Mark anyway?
I'll tell you who Mark is. It's our friend Soupy, who has a birthday today. Happy birthday, Soupy.
Hey, happy birthday, Soupy. We got in the chat here. Yes, Negro Buck. Yes, we'll be joined by Uncle Dutch Mantel. Gonna be on the podcast on Saturday. I'll try to see if he can have some drinks before he comes on, so we get the good stuff. We got I Make Beats, who says Harlem deserved that gold SP3. Yes, I don't know if you saw. I mean, you didn't see because you told me you just woke up, Cresta. But this morning on In the Weeds, my daughter came in when I was ranting and told me to shut up, Dada, live on air, and it popped everybody. She got a huge reaction. Did you mute yourself? Or is my mic off?
I did, because I was coughing. And all I could think of was, damn, that's the second homicide I've seen by a child this week. Cardi B telling her kid, I like abracadabra too. And the daughter going, wow. Like, cool, mom. Not your daughter tell you, hey, dad, shut the hell up.
That makes me feel better that I'm not the only one getting murked by their kids on
kids
on
are
the
ruthless, bro. I could never have none because I know my mouth is reckless. Imagine waking up, mom, why are you so yellow? Hey, yo, whoa. You've been talking to my brothers, haven't you?
My daughter the other day told my missus that she wanted to go in a car. She never goes in a car because she gets motion sickness. And my missus said, okay. She said, all right, buckle up, baby. My daughter said that, 5 years old.
Oh my God.
Yes, buckle up, baby.
Yo, she's the
and she's been on a roll this week. She said, I think it was my missus was reading Coco Melon titles to her, and she was like annoyed by how many Coco Melon titles she had to read. And she said, oh, fucking Coco Melon. So now my daughter's been saying Coco Melon, fucking Coco Melon. so
yes. Out of 50 titles, your missus read, all she understood was motherfucking Coco.
She even said Coco Melon fucking. She turned it around on her.
So she's Yoda too. That's okay.
Honestly,
she's a Jedi. She's a Jedi.
She needs to be cutting promos at this point. Yeah. Telling you to shut up. Fuck Coco Melon. She's a heel. Holy shit.
True heel Harlem Heat. Yes. Davion, you were absolutely right. This preview is about to be an all-time. I knew what I was doing when I invited Cresta and Maggie.
Yeah, you're cute. You're cute.
You love Maggie because Maggie's a hater just like me too.
Yes, I am.
Absolutely. King Potato, don't worry. We got AE Ramble tomorrow here on the channel. Me and Jimmy Macaram talking about Dynamite and Collision. Yes, I'm trying to bribe Jimmy Macaram to watch Collision because he's sworn off of it since CM Punk has been gone. But I'm going to try to bribe him to watch Collision. So we'll review both of those shows. Maggie, you did want to mention Dynamite on the show, right?
Oh my God. I mean, thank God I showered. Because what the hell was that? That's what.
Not you say I was about to be real sweaty.
I cried a bit. Moist, just like my underwear. That was the best Dynamite in like a while.
Agreed.
And please, someone explain to me, was this the first time women opened a Dynamite?
Not the first time, but one of the best matches, in my opinion.
When
One
was
of the best
the
matches.
previous one?
I want to believe it was a Tony Storm match, but
Maybe.
I could be wrong.
It doesn't come to me like off the top of the head, so you might be right. You might be right.
There's been other women matches to open the show, but what they are, thinking about who's on the card and what's caliber, maybe a Thunder Rosa match, and maybe a Statlander match, maybe a Tony Storm match or Mariah May match when she was trying to prove to Tony Storm that she was the girl, but nothing of a main event caliber like we've seen with Athena and Mercedes. Nothing like that. That's normally at the end, because I've seen Thunder Rosa beat the brakes off of Penelope Ford, and that was a good match, but I think that was the last match. So this is the first match.
I know that there were like a lot of aspects in this match that we could talk about, but like the thing, because I'm so simple, the between the ropes power slam on the apron, like, listen, the normal power slam, is incredibly hard to do when you're a couch potato like me. It takes like a lot of core strength that I lack of, and like they do that on the apron, and I'm like, what did I see? Am I blind? Like, did I see correctly? Did it just happen? And Athena made it look like it was nothing, and then she continued doing stuff, and I'm like, why aren't you out of breath? What doesn't your lower back hurt? What is this? Like, you're not, what? And blew my mind, man. Just absolutely blew my mind. And I cried throughout the entire match, because this is probably easily the best Dynamite women's match that I've seen.
Yo, absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I think that's the best. That's the best one I've seen since probably like the famous Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa one, but in a totally different way. This was more of like a catch as catch can, a technical, hard hitting style matchup. Like the drop kick into the video board that what short circuited is my favorite spot. Might be one of my favorite spots of the year so far.
This is
like
one of
the
those.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Like go.
No, go finish it.
The Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa match was a big thing because it was the first ever women's main event, and it was a totally gruesome, hardcore thing with the blood, with the iconic Britt Baker, face red thing, and this was good on a different capacity. And I'm glad that we saw that they kind of pulled back on stuff, because we are gonna see that at least one more. Because what I'm hoping for is a trilogy, but. Oh my God, was that
such a good match. And I think that when it comes to the women's division, especially in AEW, one of my big complaints is let the women work. And last night, they absolutely worked. I will say that I'm so tired of people hating on Mercedes. You cannot like her attitude. You cannot like the way she dresses, but you cannot say she can't go. Now, I've seen the complaint like, oh, well, she messes up. I'm sorry. I have to treat her like Brock Lesnar and Charlotte Flair. A lot of people can't keep up with her, and a lot of people, she don't care. And last night she cared. And you can't not care with Athena. Athena will make you care. And they brought out the best in each other. And don't get me wrong, I'm an Athena stan. I've never seen a bad Athena match, or I could be Ray Charles. Pick your poison. But I feel like this match tonight, last night, really made these two show out for each other. This was women's rights, women's wrongs, women's wrestling. This was so good. I wanted this from before. This should be your title match. This should have been Athena came in and beat up Mercedes and vice versa. Also, the handful of panties was the perfect way to finish it, because Mercedes said, I don't care. Y'all gripping both of these shit. I done knocked over my headphones. I mean, my speaker. I almost saw Athena's whole butt crack the way Mercedes said, I'm winning this. I don't care. I'm winning this. I'm not dealing with you no more. So I can't wait for the lick back. But that was so good.
And I want people to give all their flowers to Athena, because her bra was on a hook throughout the entire match.
Oh,
and she still put on a heck of a performance. Look, I wear sports bras. I do not agree with regular bras. And once my bra broke off, I couldn't even blink. Okay, it's a hard thing to do.
You're not
and
wrong.
She finished a horribly wonderful match with an unhooked bra. Just what the fuck, man?
And
my boobs are doing a little too much, and I'm confused.
And it's the fact that the match was so great, but it legit felt like this was just the appetizer. They didn't even give us the main course. Like they left enough on the table where they can run that back in Texas at All In, which I'm hoping for. I'm really hoping for that. But yeah, I did want to give y'all a chance to talk about Dynamite. Me and Cresta will of course talk a little bit more about Dynamite when we review Collision tonight over on the Fightful main channel. We got the Pello, who said, just subscribe to the channel. They held back immensely. Neither hit their finishers, which is a great point. It was that great, and neither one of them hit their finishers. And no moves from the top rope or springboards, which is scary. Yes, I agree. It was that great, and it's just the start between Mercedes.
They did the basic stuff. They gave us French fries. We're like, these French fries are delicious.
This is the best French fries I ever ate. Oh yeah, you have a burger?
Y'all make steak? The fuck?
Having in mind that Hangman versus Josh Alexander also finished in a in a similar manner. So I was so okay with Josh Alexander losing his debut, but I fucking love Josh Alexander. I was rooting for him so much. Like he was, because I knew that he was going away from Impact / TNA, and I'm like, Josh Alexander for me is the meaning of Impact / TNA, and he's not there anymore. And I'm like, this is slowly turning into something I will never be soon interested in.
Damn.
And it is kind of sad, because I know that like people may not agree, but Tessa's there, and I refuse to watch that show.
Oh boy. I can say nothing but oh boy, oh man.
And yeah,
you spitting, Maggie. You spitting.
we spent time talking about that. Josh Alexander had a great debut. The Mercedes and Athena, one of the best women's matches of the year, one of the best women's matches on Dynamite, period. And we ain't even bring up Will Ospreay and Konosuke Takeshita, who had arguably the match of the year.
God.
And we're not even talking about freaking Okada backstage as being unserious, like.
Or MJF becoming AEW's Godfather. Like, this show was stacked.
Tony Khan said, WrestleMania who? That man pulled out the Death Note and was like.
He was like, y'all want to talk all that shit? All right, I got you. And
to top it all off, Death Riders, like Moxley was choked out, which was.
I never prayed on someone's downfall as hard as his. I'm so sick of the Death Riders. Like, kayfabe sick, because I'm legit sick of Brock Lesnar, but I'm kayfabe sick of the Death Riders. So I was happy. It's about time. I was hoping it'd be Josh Alexander to do it, but I was okay. But honestly, I hate to see John Moxley choked out, but also do it again. Whack him again.
It's Joe. So
Listen,
I
I will never shut up about this because this is one of the biggest flops of WWE history in my eyes. Samoa Joe was supposed to be the one to dethrone Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. He was supposed to be the one to do that. That pay-per-view name, by the way, stupidest thing. But like, he was supposed to be the one, and now he was the one to check out Moxley. And this was, thank you for that, because it still stings. Okay, it stings. He was supposed to be the one to beat fucking Brock Lesnar. And I'm so mad that he wasn't, because that would have been. Look at the name of that fucking Great Balls of Fire.
Max, like, be for real.
See, we're doing the right thing, King of the North. He says, here to listen to SP3 talk about this incredible WWF PR run. You see, we're doing a WWE WrestleMania 41 preview where we're talking about AEW, similar to the WWE PR run.
Yes.
I don't understand. It's like, for someone who says they're not competition, to quote the Bronx, you sure got my meat in your mouth every time I turn around. You gargling my balls, bro. Like, the fuck? Like, I thought I wasn't nobody, but every time I turn around, how my meat tastes, like, hey yo, like, like, I'm sorry, this is a very New York thing to do. Like, I don't like this guy. Anyway, so this guy sucks, and I want to beat him up.
This guy ain't shit. Because I said that about Triple H last year with the Will Ospreay run away from the grind. He's like, you would know this, Cresta. He's like those guys on the block that try to holler at you and don't say anything to him. They go to him, oh, she a bitch anyway. She a bitch anyway. She run away from the grind.
Yo, she know she not ready for a man like this. She know, yo, you ugly, you stink. All right, Triple H. But if Will Ospreay came around the game, like, boy, off, bro, oi, bro, with my piece, bro. Like, stop it.
Oh, we got nefarious Nate Milton who says Sid got the hateration and the holleration up in this dancery. Let's fucking go. Indeed. Yes, we got the best panel here. Best panel. And we're doing the WWE PR run of talking nothing about the show we're supposed to be talking about.
We can talk about it, baby. But before we talk about it, let's talk about AEW.
Let's talk about that billionaire kid. You know the one who came from a promoter who oh no, that's Vince. Oh fuck. Never mind. But yeah, let's talk about that.
You're bad taste for everything, and you think you're the man. Wait, who am I talking about? Hold on.
Like, wait, who? Wait, Nepo baby. Yeah, this is the third generation of McMahon. Oh, and he's the son-in-law of it. Oh,
nah.
Huh?
That can't. Who, me? Couldn't be.
I have like this is gonna sound like I'm sorry for doing this, but I need to be educated because I'm obviously not from a English speaking country. What the hell is a Nepo baby?
Oh, your parents are famous. Your parents do stuff. Now you get to do stuff because your parents are famous. So now you're famous. There are some Nepo babies who actually earn their keep. I want to say The Rock's daughter actually earning her keep. Whether you like Charlotte or not, she earns her keep. But there are some Nepo babies who parents may not necessarily be famous, but rich. Paul, Logan, pick a Paul, who you're like, well, my parents are incredibly rich, so I'm going to force you upon everyone. And this is you with your mediocre talent. My parents are incredibly rich, and they're going to force me on everyone. Look at me. And you can't tell me no. So that's a Nepo baby. I'm trying to think
and the Rock,
who's a
the
famous
Rock is
Nepo
a Nepo
baby.
The Rock could have been called a Nepo baby, but he earned his keep as well. Well. So.
Okay.
I will say Triple H isn't a Nepo baby. He had to, he had to go in there.
Triple H is not a Nepo baby. He slept his way to the top. Good job.
I mean,
he was a nipple baby.
Yeah, I would be a nipple baby too. Listen, don't get it twisted. If you single and you got a lot of money, it's tough out here. The economy is terrible. I'm a sellout.
It is terrible. It is so terrible.
Great.
That is a good example. Cody is a good Nepo baby. Trump is a bad Nepo baby. And Trump technically isn't even a Nepo baby because his parents were fucking immigrants who were poor. He came over here and did tax evasion. This man started Turnip Boy commits fraud. This man is Turnip Boy. Cody, I mean, to be fair, is Cody a Nepo baby because his dad wasn't at the top of the card? And every time Dusty tried to do something, here's Vince McMahon. I don't like that.
It was when he went to Jim Crockett. And Vince Sr. came into Vince Jr.'s life when he was 16. And what did Vince do? He started working at WWF immediately after he met his dad. So Nepo
Struck a
baby.
deal with his dad and everything. His dad didn't hate him that much. His dad didn't hate him that much, I'll tell you that.
and he basically paid, quote unquote, inherited WWE from his dad. So that's a Nepo baby. That's a Nepo baby.
Yeah.
100%.
Through and through. He wasn't gonna fail.
Let's talk about WWE WrestleMania 41. We got 2 nights to discuss. He's like, oh yeah, that was what we're here for. Maggie, let's start with you, as we always do with our pay-per-view previews. Give us your 0 to 10. How excited are you for Saturday and Sunday in Las Vegas?
Well, listen, the build towards WrestleMania is non-existent, so it's not actually. It's the only reason why I'm incredibly hyped about WrestleMania, because first it's WrestleMania, and second I have Sunday off. So I can watch the show. So this is great. I'm gonna wake up on Sunday morning. I'm gonna watch WrestleMania Night 1, and then on Monday morning I get to watch WrestleMania Night 2 before work. I work the night shift. I'm always gonna be excited for WrestleMania now that Vince is not involved whatsoever with this. My excitement levels are up to 7.5, 8, because it's WrestleMania. If it was not WrestleMania, I would have been around 3 or 4, but it's WrestleMania, and I'm incredibly sure that the talent is always gonna deliver. We talk about this every time when we talk about a WWE PLE with SP3. The build towards PLEs aren't that good, but because it's up to the people to do in the ring storytelling, it's always going to deliver. The wrestlers are good, but the build sucks. It's bleh. Some matches are incredibly good, and if there's a certain end to some of the matches, I'm going to gouge my eyes out. But if it's not good, what do you guys think about the show?
Thank you, King of the North, for dropping a like before you left when we talked about WWE. I appreciate that, sir. Join us tomorrow. We'll talk all about AEW Dynamite and Collision, sir. Cresta, what about you? 0 to 10. How hyped are you for WrestleMania?
I'll be honest with you. I haven't really been keeping up. There are certain matches I'm very hyped for. Again, I support women's wrongs. So Jade, Naomi, they could go out there and throw chicken at each other. I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch that match. Why is Logan Paul on a Mania card and not the pre-show at any time? That's a waste of my time. So you automatically lose 3 points there. Why is he on any main card? Put him on a PLE. Like, he's not even going to stick around. I don't care. And he stole Hangman Page's whole moveset. I don't care. I do not care.
Talk about it.
I want to say I'm excited for the Gunther Jey Uso match because I want Jey Uso to win. But personally, and this is just me, tell me if I'm out of base, and this is a hot take. How come we got a YN gimmick or not a YN? I just want to know. Is it just me? Am I the only one who thinks that? Listen, I like Jey Uso, but how come when we want to do Black Heels, we have to do like Morehouse College, and when someone wants to do some YN shit, he has to be Polynesian or Samoan? I'm just asking the real questions. Anyway,
that is a good question. That's a good question.
Before I get banned, because like I like Jey Uso, but I was like, I hear my people, but I don't see my people. Nothing against Jey Uso, because I know you probably beat me up. I'm just asking. I just want to know how come he gets a YN and we can't put a YN on like a Leon Ruff and he's quote unquote corny, or Montez Ford and he's quote unquote corny. I'm just saying. Anywho, besides that, I couldn't tell you what else is on the card. I was really looking forward to that Kevin Owens match, but Kevin Owens broke his neck. So, and like I said, the way Baldur's Gate has had me like this, Who else is on the match? Who else is on the card? Samoa Joe or wrong company? I don't know.
Like, oh, we talk about AEW again. Speaking of which, we'll start off with that. I'm gonna go like 0 to 10. I'm at a modest 6.5, 7. Because the build, I do need my build to be good, and this has been probably the worst built WrestleMania since 31. The good thing about that. The good thing about that is that the last time we had this kind of overall build not being the best and kind of being lackluster was 31, and that was one of the better WrestleMania cards when the show actually began. So it's not always about the build. Sometimes they can over deliver on the night. So I'm hoping for that on Saturday and Sunday. But let's start off with what you said with Randy Orton, as he's a big missing element of all of this WrestleMania talk, with Kevin Owens being sidelined with the neck surgery. Do we think Randy Orton's going to be on the card, and who will he face? Maggie, what do you think?
Fingers crossed it's Aleister Black, because
knock it off. I'm sorry, Maggie. Knock it off. I don't want that. Knock it off. Knock it off. He can't be losing. I was a Lita Vegas fan. Her husband can't be losing the way they be treating her. Knock it, please. Please. Because you know Randy's going to beat that man up. Please.
No, I actually think it's a squash. I actually think that, the exact same way that Malachi Black debuted in AEW, like killing Cody Rhodes and everything, in a squash. Because listen, I know that people don't necessarily like Aleister / Malachi Black, but I adore the guy. He looks incredible, and like he legitimately looks terrifying, and like his entrance in AEW was everything. I will never forget his entrance with his entire House of Black entrance at the first All In at Wembley, because they did the homage to Bray Wyatt with the lantern and everything. It was a thing of beauty, and I adore the guy for that. And I legitimately wanted to be him and just kill Randy Orton and then have a legitimate feud with the guy, like after, because like exactly how they did with Cody Rhodes. It's people are saying that Rusev can come back and do the same, which is also something that I will, like a fellow Bulgarian, I will never say no to that. It's WrestleMania, come on. But the thing that people are also talking about is actually Nick Aldis, being in the ring, because he took the second RKO that was previously paid for and everything. I don't know if the core WWE audience are familiar with Nick Aldis in the ring. But like, here's the thing: if Nick Aldis straps on the tights back on, I will legitimately be looking forward to him and Cody Rhodes for one more match. Like that is.
That's gonna be such a prim and proper gentleman match. No, you, sir. No, you, sir. No, you, sir. No, you, sir.
After no, you, punch me here. No, you first.
All it needs to do is be announced by William Regal, and then this young man is going to strike this man.
Where my
I want to see Nick Aldis fight Nigel McGuinness. That's what I want to see, a proper gentleman fight. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. But I'm legitimately hoping for Aleister Black, because like the vignettes with the smoke that we've been getting, I suppose that's him. I can see that happening, but I will legitimately want him to kill Randy Orton.
That's fair.
And it's not like Randy Orton, the character, would hurt from this, because at this point, Randy Orton is one of those wrestlers. This man is solid. He could lose 50 matches in a row, and we'd be like, damn, why you gonna do my boy Randy like that? He can win 50 matches in a row. We'd be like, damn, Randy, why you squashing everyone like that? He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
He'll be fine. What about you, Cresta? Who do you think is going to face Randy Orton at WrestleMania?
I don't know. I had completely removed Randy Orton from my mind of him coming out. In my mind, I think a good match, if they give it time, a competitive match would be him versus Penta. Don't think that's going to happen. But it would be nice to see a returning, I agree with what Maggie said, a returning Malachi or returning even Rusev, and do exactly what she said too, squash the shit out of Randy, and then you guys have an actual program. In my hardest of hearts, I would love to see Rusev back with Aiden English, but I know he does commentary right now for TNA. But how much of a banger?
That's their partner.
But I'm saying, like, how dope would that be in the middle of WrestleMania? Randy, what I hear is it's Rusev Day. I'd be like, yo, where you unearthed this from? I want it. Where'd you find this in the dirt? I want this. So I don't know. I get a huge Malachi Black fan, and I would want that match to be 30 seconds. I want him to kick Randy Orton's head off. His neck is doing the wobbly thing. It's an injury spot, and then Malachi Black is here, and then he beats up. Who would he get into the first few before Randall Keith? Who is spooky? Beat up the Judgment Day. They stole your whole gimmick. Beat him up. Beat him up. Start with Dom.
That whack ass song. I don't know if I want it to be Aleister Black or Rusev, because I think they're gonna get big pops whenever they do return, and Randy Orton is a very popular figure. Also, I think that Randy Orton is and should win at WrestleMania because Backlash is in St. Louis. I hope it's I hope it's not Solo. I was so upset when they brought to the back on Friday Night SmackDown because I was like, oh no, WWE, don't do this to us. You literally teased the better option, Nick Aldis. He brought up Mickey James. He was like, I gotta say sorry to Mickey James for what I'm going to do to you. No, man, that's going to make Nick Aldis put the boots back on, become the national treasure one more time. It don't matter if it's on 2 weeks' notice. Nick Aldis' first WWE match at WrestleMania against Randy Orton. Who's going to say no to that? I think that it should be Nick Aldis, and I think that Randy Orton wins that.
I'm going to say no to that because legitimately, I want Nick Aldis versus Adam Pearce at Survivor Series.
Stop. Honestly, I want to see Nick Aldis do anything, but Maggie, you off the rails with that one. She said, I want to see that Survivor Series. I need to see 8-on-8.
I need an 8-on-8 match. What y'all talking about? Bump that.
Nigel McGuinness versus Nick Aldis at Survivor Series. That's the real Survivor Series. I want to see who's more British.
I want Nick Aldis to put the boots back on, and I want Camille to jump from AEW to WWE and bring him out as his insurance policy from NWA.
Camille Brick?
Yeah, of course. That was his insurance policy. He was the one that introduced her to the wrestling world. So have her come out with him. Do it all in one shot. Why not?
I need to see Camille Brick versus Megan Bain one time. Mickey James, yes. After seeing her TNA run, y'all did her filthy in WWE, and I'll never forgive you because I used to think, like, Mickey James, she can't wrestle. What the hell is she doing here? Because I came to the game late before y'all cut me. Then I saw her TNA run. I was like, yo, you will pay for your crimes, Vincent. You will pay for your crimes, Hunter. What the is this? I felt the same way with Naomi. She out here winning.
Exactly. Exactly.
What? Don't piss me off. You're already pissing me off. And
or I'll throw a dark horse out there. Uncle Howdy Bo Dallas, because he wants revenge for what Randy did to Bray Wyatt throughout his entire career. He has 2 WrestleMania wins against Bray Wyatt. Why not?
Yeah,
that's
a dark
way
horse.
Better.
That's way better.
That's a dark. I just came up with that. Literally, that just hit me in the head. Y'all got me thinking of all the different options. Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy. Why not? Why not? WrestleMania. But let's get into the matches that we already know are going to happen for sure. First, we're going to start off with WrestleMania Saturday. And what has been reported by WrestleVotes today is that the opener for night 1 of WrestleMania will be WWE's 2025 Men's Royal Rumble winner, Jey Uso, challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Jey Uso shocked the wrestling world when he won the Men's Royal Rumble matchup out of nowhere, and really got the crowd. He's one of the most popular guys in WWE. He had a choice to make between which champion he wanted to challenge, and he chose the man that he has gone 0-3 against since last year, Gunther, who beat him at Saturday night's main event just 1 week before the Royal Rumble. He chose Gunther. This led to Gunther saying that he was going to make Jey Uso's life a living hell with various attacks throughout the last couple of weeks, kind of marginalizing Jey Uso, saying that he's beneath him and that he shouldn't have chosen him for the World Heavyweight Championship matchup. But they really kind of defined this build down for a while by including the likes of Alpha Academy and A-Town Down Under, but they completely changed it all around when they injected Jimmy Uso into all of this. Jimmy trying to defend his brother, who Gunther got in the head of, started creating all these doubts in Jay's head. Jimmy Uso challenged Gunther to a matchup in the O2 in London, England, and Gunther beat him. And then post-match, zip-tied Jey Uso to the ring ropes and completely murked Jimmy Uso, bloodying him, bathing in his blood, choking him out right in front of Jay. This led to a more determined, more motivated Jey Uso saying that he's going to get Gunther and he's going to do it for himself. He's going to do it for his family, and he's going to do it for his brother after his mother asked him why he didn't do anything when Gunther attacked Jimmy. He said he was scared, but he ain't scared no more. And this has brought out an even more irate, vicious side of Gunther, who cut an excellent promo himself this past Monday on Raw, saying that he's going to make Jey Uso drown in his own blood. We'll start with you, Maggie. What have you thought about the build to this matchup? Who do you think wins on Saturday?
The past 2 weeks, they did wonders with the build for this match. I'm glad, but it's kind of bumming me out because this WrestleMania is officially the first ever WrestleMania that will not be main evented on either nights by the winner of the Royal Rumble, nor the men or the women. And it's kind of sad because I kind of feel like Jey Uso has earned the main event of WrestleMania. I know that they already main evented WrestleMania once. I get it. I understand that. But again, he's earned everything up until this point. But I am incredibly biased when it comes to Gunther/Walter. I'm sad. I don't want him to lose. I'm sad. I know that Jey Uso is a baby face and everything's eating and everything. Fuck that. No. Gunther needs to win everything. He needs to beat everyone. He needs to squash Cody Rhodes. Fuck Cody Rhodes. He needs to squash The Rock. Beat up Triple H, everyone. Like, just no. He should absolutely, retire without getting pinned whatsoever. If we don't count, Ilya Dragunov and Braun Breaker before that. Kitty.
Yeah, my cat is going into business for herself. She wants lunch. It's not even lunchtime, and she's like, "Well, if we're talking about wrestling, let me do a run-in."
Yes.
I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna show out.
Next thing that she does, she's telling you to shut up and everything. So
if my cat told me to shut up, I'm going to shut up. Because first of all, why are you talking?
I'm in a warp.
So,
I'm in a warp reality.
Yes, I am picking Jay. I am picking Jay.
Okay.
He's gonna be Gunther. I'm gonna cry and everything.
This is
I
Maggie
don't
right
see
now.
You cry.
She said, "No,
no, fuck that."
Oh, Cresta, what about you? Who you got?
I mean, I was laughing, but I partially agree with Maggie here. On paper, there is no chicken fried fuck way that Jey Uso beats Gunther. There's no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. There's no way. I do think that you're agreeing with Maggie that they should have had the main event spot. Jey Uso, out of everybody though, storyline wise, deserves it. He's been all over exactly. He's been all over everywhere. Like, I akin this to when Becky Lynch was the man, or Joe Hendry, because you couldn't go nowhere without yeet, yeet, yeet. Even no yeet. People were doing it. So I think he absolutely deserves that spot. That being said, you can't give him the main event spot after the build of all year and then have him lose. I think Gunther should beat him. I think Gunther should have the main title. Who has the main title now? Cody? I think Gunther should have that title.
Fuck Cody. Fuck Cody, man.
Like, I love Cody.
You go to hell,
Cody.
you die.
Damn, Cody. Damn. It's like I don't dislike Cody, and I'm not one of those people who used to boo him in AEW for free. However, I can say that there's no reason why you have Gunther on your main roster and he doesn't have your main title. I'm so sorry. Gunther is just that undeniable. Will it be nice for Jay? Again, okay, let me backtrack that. It's a little touch here because you could put that title on Jay and have Gunther murder Cody Rhodes. I don't want to see that, but I think that'll be the way to go because Jay too over right now. You like Jay. Yeah, okay. Give the kids, you got to give the people what they want. But Cody, on the other hand, Cody will be fine, much like Randy Orton. And people love to boo Cody. People love to cheer Cody. So if Gunther slaps the nipples off of that man, people will boo him, be like, hey, yo, Gunther, damn. All right, I don't like him, but damn, Gunther, damn. So I could see it being, okay, we get the title off of Gunther so he can go beat up Cody and or Roman and or John Cena. Because I personally, I want to see John Cena get his nipples slapped off by Gunther. That's what I want to see. I don't got the John Cena itch. I wasn't watching when he was working. So now seeing him now, I'm like, well, everyone said you were a dick and now you're a dick. So Gunther, I want you to do to him what you did to Keith Lee, which is slap his nipples off. So get him. I got to get him, Oos. I got to get him. So my pick is going to be Gunther, but I know it's Jay. And if it is Jay, Gunther, you need to take that title off of Cody. Get him.
Revenge for Cesaro because, John Cena told Cesaro back in the day that he had big old pepperoni nipples.
I know one Jonathan Cena. Every time I hear this and I watch John Cena and I see clips of him, I was like, what were y'all so... What was he doing? Did he have crack in those rags that y'all can't see me? Like, what was this? Because he seemed like a mean guy. Like,
he did. He was.
You telling the Nexus that you had the best year of your life, and then there's one invisible dude is gonna beat you all up, and then your careers just ended? I don't know.
On his own.
Dastardly.
No, he no-sold a DDT on concrete. I'll never forget that. Zenith went from I like you guys to hey yo, what's up with the Cody hate? Laugh my ass off.
I don't hate Cody. In fact,
hey, fuck Cody. No.
He's invited to the cookout, but I would be lying if I said when Cody loses, he looked like he's in peril. So I do like it when he's the baby face in peril. So Cody be selling. I be thinking that, damn, Cody dead, but he always come out on top. Remember when he wrestled with the saggy titty? Remember that? I remember that.
I remember that. I am going to go with Jey Uso here. I think that the story has kind of made it where it's the foregone conclusion that Jey Uso has to win this one over Gunther. I agree with y'all what y'all saying with Jey Uso is popular enough and deserves to be in the main event. It's just that this story and this matchup does not deserve to be in the main event because let's be honest. Let's be real here. We've been real about Triple H for the past hour, so let's keep on being real. He only made Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble to swerve the fans because all the fans thought it would be CM Punk or Roman Reigns or John Cena to win the Royal Rumble, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to swerve everybody. See you guys. It's what we do. We got the GPS and we follow it around. And
you sound like Randy Savage. Don't disrespect him.
To Jey Uso. No, you got it. That's also the Triple H voice. If you heard him in any press conferences, he sounds like he smokes a 10-pack of cigarettes every day. But
SP3. I agree with you because I want to bring up really quickly that Triple H is not the booker that we all think he is because I'll never forgive him for Damage Control. I'll never forgive you. That was your first way out the gate, and then you did all of this, and then was like.
You want to go through all the things I won't forgive him for? Damage Control, the New Day's heel turn that he's done shit with.
Bro, it started off good. It started off fine, and then you were like, "Yo, shave your mustache. That's it." Yo, Paul, I just want to talk. Come outside, Paul.
DIY on the main roster?
DIY on the main roster. Chad Gable's heel turn when he was the hottest
Carmelo
heel
Hayes.
in wrestling last
Yo,
year.
I'm a
Carmelo Hayes.
I don't know why DOIs are anywhere near there. Johnny Gargano's a dweeb. I'm so sorry.
He is a dweeb. He is a dweeb.
That man is the king of NXT. I don't never want to see him on my main roster. I'm so sorry. Get that man out.
Motor City Machine Gun since they got here. Now they're
Okay, I'm
not even
saying,
on the
watch your
WrestleMania
mouth.
card.
Now
They're not even on the WrestleMania card.
That is a travesty. How y'all got Motor City fucking Machine Guns who everyone literally fucking copies and then don't give them a match? Yo, why I order?
Yeah.
I'm still
Here
bitter
we
about
are.
Melo. Yeah, like Triple H. I just listen. Why didn't we have Stephanie run this? She invented women's wrestling.
Yeah, she did. She did.
She might invent men's wrestling. Come
Stop
on now. She might
laughing.
have been
She did.
hooping. She might have been hooping
I'm
over
sure.
there. Stop it.
I'm sure she did. I'll watch Stephanie's Places to find out how. But speaking of the New Day, they will be on the WrestleMania 41 card as they challenge the War Raiders for the World Tag Team Championships. The build to this has been pretty simple. It was the New Day said they wanted the tag team titles. And then they beat Newcastle Republic, and they got a shot at the tag team titles. And they got a shot at the tag team titles. Some guy that says he's a comedian and wasn't funny was on commentary, and I was kind of distracted. And then the match was over by disqualification. New Day attacked the War Raiders, attacked after their necks, and then on social media, Adam Pearce made this a match for WrestleMania. That's it.
Social media. This is a pre-show match.
Maggie, a New Day and the War Raiders. Who you got?
I don't care.
That part.
I mean, the New Day are gonna win, and it's the War Raiders and New Day. Those are one of my favorite WWE tag teams, and I don't care about the match. This just goes to show you what, like, the horrible state that the tag team division is in. I can't believe that the Creeds are on the main roster and they still haven't shown what a monster Julius is. Like, remember the time that he did a one-arm power bomb in War Games? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Because I do. And, like, we've seen nothing of the sort on the main roster, and I hate that. So it's just unfair. New Day, but I don't give a fuck.
I agree. I think the New Day should have been won these tag team titles, so might as well do it at WrestleMania. Cresta.
No, I agree. I'm also the premier Xavier Woods hater. So I want the War Raiders to win just because Xavier Woods should have nothing. But I agree with both of y'all. I don't care. I honestly, and shout outs to Equality in Wrestling. This is going to be my bathroom break, probably. You know how men go to the bathroom during women's matches? I'm going to the bathroom during this man's
Chris
match.
Jericho matches?
Woo! Okay, but I will sing the intro as long as it's Judas, though. And then I'll go pee.
I remember the whole gimmick when I went to All In London, and I think I told Maggie when I saw her before the show. It's like, once I hear Jericho's music, I'm going to the bathroom, going to concessions. I'm gonna do something. Just
Straight
not
out.
stay in.
SP3 said he hears now that I have come, and you're like, now that I must go. I have to go to the bathroom.
Now that I must go.
Now
That
I
is
must go.
legitimately the same thing. I did the same thing, and the lines for the bathrooms, you
It
won't
was so
believe
long.
the lines. So long.
Everyone's like, Chris Jericho pee break? Yeah.
Oh man, it is what it is. But yeah, most of us going for the New Day, except for Cresta with her
I don't
rivalry
care.
with Xavier
I
Woods.
don't care.
I
Listen,
don't care.
you know who
I
could
don't
win?
care.
Freaking what was his name? Oh my god, the one who used to hang out with oh my god, he used to be under the Hornswoggle. Hornswoggle could win it by himself. Hornswoggle and Danhausen could win it together, and that would be more sports entertainment than what they got going on, which is unfair to the War Raiders because you're finally getting a good shake and not doing that Viking, whatever the fuck that was. And I still don't care. I'm so sorry. I still don't care. Kofi, you shaved your mustache for what? I still don't care. I don't care. That
Looks
was
atrocious.
dastardly.
It
Yo,
does
bro,
look bad.
that was the heelest thing you could do Call him Aloysius or Abraham.
Ibrahim, I'm done. Let's talk about a matchup that is a little bit more interesting and a little bit racist. Rey Mysterio will go one-on-one with El Grande Americano.
I'm calling the cops. I'm calling the cops.
So, Chad Gable had suffered a whole bunch of losses to luchadors over the last couple of months, whether it be Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and then Penta when he arrived in WWE. So he sought out to learn the dark arts of Lucha Libre. He went to Dominic Mysterio, who gave him the address or the location to find this master of Lucha Libre, who handed him a mask for 500 pesos. I counted how many times he had to give him a different $100 bill. But 500 pesos, $500. He gave him a bag that had a mask in it, and thus we had El Grande Americano make his debut in WWE from the Gulf of America. Chad Gable has been very adamant that he is not behind this mask, even though the guy wears the same attire as Chad Gable, is the same height as Chad Gable, has the same body parts as Chad Gable, according to Big E. But he is a different person altogether. Over the last couple of weeks, El Grande Americano has picked up victory over the LWO thanks to loading up his mask. So Rey Mysterio went to Adam Pearce and got a match made for WrestleMania. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. Who is the best luchador in WWE? Cresta, who you got here? Americano versus Mysterio.
Before I get into my nuclear hot take, let me first say I want to give immense sympathy to Chad Gable. First Shorty G and now this? You, like, they don't fuck with you. And I respect you because much like R-Truth and Kurt Angle, you can't get rid of me, bitch, and I'm going to make it work. So I got to give you all the respect for that. That being said, this is so out of touch, especially for WWE, who has Donald Trump in their Hall of Fame, especially with the political climate right now. I get we all want to jab a little fun, but in my mind specifically, I think about what happened the last time we did that. Remember that 9/11 angle where y'all damn near crucified that wrestler, and we never ain't hear from him since after Undertaker hit him with the This ain't it.
Muhammad Hassan.
This ain't it. This ain't it fundamentally. This is not even entertaining. This is not even funny. You could have did this with a debuting Rey Fenix. Also, how many luchadors must die for you to still not put Chad Gable over? Come on now. Come on now. This is not it fundamentally. These are really good wrestlers. And I know not Rey Fenix. I know Rey Fenix ain't going to show up. And I know fucking Rey Mysterio about to lose. So, listen, I'm all for kayfabe, a little good, whatever it is, but this fundamentally ain't it. This ain't it right now. This ain't it right now. Yeah, this ain't it right now. From the Gulf of America, put your dick in the blender because you don't need it. Because I don't know what you're doing with it. That's just my opinion. I don't care who wins this match because not that this match is offensive. I don't want to speak for Hispanic people, but this ain't it. This ain't it. This you don't got no other luchadors. Carlito can't do no lucha libre. This ain't it. Fundamentally, this ain't it. That's just me. So I don't care who wins this. Get that off my screen. I'm not watching that.
Oh, Maggie, who you got here? Americano versus Mysterio.
So wait, El Grande Americano is Chad Gable?
I know. You would be surprised, right?
It's The Rock. It's The Rock.
It's The Rock. No, it's Eva. So, yeah, I don't know how to feel about this match. Chad Gable, for me, is one of the most underrated wrestlers in that locker room. And I want the guy to wrestle. And this is one of the things that I will never forgive, WWE. One of the many things, but this is really, really personal. Way back in the day when Baron Corbin won the King of the Ring and not Chad Gable. Yes,
I forgot about that. Holy hell.
Well, I will never forget about that because it had to be Chad Gable. He was the best thing in that entire tournament, and they just gave it to Baron Corbin and did nothing with it. And I'm sorry, this is probably none of Corbin's fault, but I was never entertained by anything that Baron Corbin did,
Same.
apart from the bum ass Corbin stuff.
I was gonna
with
Maggie, are we sisters?
yes, yes.
Bum ass Corbin was great. That should have
Bum
went
ass
longer.
Corbin was good.
Fantastic.
It was really good. It was incredibly entertaining. It was the only time when Baron Corbin was mildly watchable for me.
You felt
And
bad
of
for him.
course, yeah, we felt bad for the guy. And yeah, Chad Gable should have won that. And I always think that WWE owe him a lot about that. So I don't know if this is it. I don't know if they give Chad Gable / El Grande Americano the win here, but I think the Rey Mysterio wins here. Probably. But I just wanted just probably win and then unmask him and everyone's, oh my god, it's Chad Gable. It's probably the way that they're gonna go. What do you guys think?
I think Rey Mysterio should win because I feel like Rey's been losing a lot to put other people over and getting nothing in return.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think.
But also poor Chad Gable.
I had Americano winning this before Monday's Raw, but they've really kind of put over Americano over Mysterio the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So it makes me believe that Rey wins this first one, but the rivalry is going to continue. He's going to get the win, but he's not going to be able to unmask Americano. Or if he does unmask him, Chad Gable will have on face paint, so we won't know for sure.
Or another mask.
Or another
Not
mask.
the
So we know we
not
know,
the
we know we won't know for sure that it's Chad Gable. All right. Now let's talk about a rivalry that I know everybody is interested in. And in my opinion, the best built matchup on the entire WrestleMania card, as it's going to be a grudge match. Jade Cargill going one-on-one with Naomi. This time last year at WrestleMania 40, these two women teamed up with Bianca Belair to defeat Damage Control, where the Big Three was born. The three women, three strong black women, were all friends together, all baby faces over on the SmackDown roster. Bianca and Jade went on to win the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Naomi was on SmackDown and putting on great performances against the likes of against Nia Jax, as well as Bayley for the Women's Championship. Never quite able to get over that hump and win the WWE Women's Championship. And then came in November, where Jade Cargill was mysteriously attacked backstage, laid out while Bianca Belair was in the WWE Women's United States Championship tournament. Bianca went to the back to check on her friend. Naomi was also back there looking quite concerned, maybe over the top concerned. For months, we were unknown of who was the person that attacked Jade Cargill until the Elimination Chamber, where Naomi started off the matchup with Liv Morgan. We had been told for weeks that Liv and Raquel were at the scene of the crime and that they were behind the attack. When Jade Cargill came out, she went right after Naomi and beat the hell out of her inside the chamber. We then got the fantastic in-ring promo where Naomi revealed that she was behind it all along because she felt that Jade Cargill was keeping her friend Bianca down and was using her greatness to prop herself up, and that she wanted Jade Cargill's spot. She was the one that replaced Jade Cargill as WWE Women's Tag Team Champion and defended the titles alongside Bianca, and she did this all for Bianca, her dear friend, but Bianca didn't want anything to do with this. She basically wrote Naomi off, which made Naomi call her an ungrateful bitch. Naomi put on the performance of a lifetime, crying in the middle of the ring. Jade Cargill came out and attacked Naomi, who screamed, "Bianca!" as she got put down with the jaded, and this has led to a very fierce, a very angry Naomi, who's cut some of the best promos of her career about proceed with caution because she is dangerous after what she did pushing Jade Cargill off that loading dock and into the car, and that she would take Jade Cargill out for good. Jade Cargill has been wanting to get her hands on Naomi and has beat her up at every turn when she has been able to get her hands on her, to the point point that Nick Aldis had no choice but to make this match official, a singles match, the very first non-stipulation, non-title women's singles match in WrestleMania history. The only other non-title women's matches in WrestleMania history was a cat fight between the Cat and Terry back in WrestleMania 2000, and the Playboy pillow fight from WrestleMania 22 between Candice Michelle and Tori Wilson. So this is the first non-stipulation, non-title singles women's match in WrestleMania history, and boy oh boy do these two women deserve it. Cresta, who do you have here? Who do you think walks out with the victory between Naomi and Jade?
Let me start off with my non-wrestling answer with, this has been a fantastic build in its entirety. I'm so happy for all three women in this situation. And objectively speaking, I know out of all three wrestlers, Jade is the weaker wrestler, but this gives her just as much time to shine and gives Naomi more character development for those who didn't watch her in TNA. After seeing Naomi's run in TNA, I was immensely pissed at WWE for not letting this girl wrestle, not letting her give it up. That being said, let me get to my kayfabe answer. This is the best build, the best storyline, and this makes sense. Why are you messing with Naomi like she just didn't come from TNA having to wrestle people like Tasha Steelz, like Jordan Grace, like Masha Slamovich? She had to wrestle some broads. No shade. And you guys are ladies over here. TNA employs broads, and those women all fight at the docks after 3 o'clock. So I'm very happy for Naomi here. I don't know if she wins. I think she should. No matter who wins, though, I think if they don't do anything after this, that is a wasted opportunity. Naomi should win here. I think give Jade some adversity. Give Jade some adversity. Because not for nothing, as much as I like Jade, you got 5 moves of doom, baby. I calls it like I sees it. You got 5 moves of doom. And Naomi, if she puts you in her starstruck, what are you going to do to get out of that? So I think Naomi should win here. Give Jade some character development, and then let Jade beat her up. Because right now, in Jade's current iteration, with all due respect, because she can beat me up, so I'm watching my mouth, you can't beat up Naomi. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You could pick her up. You could put her down, but you're not beating her up. So I think if you let Naomi do it, force Bianca to make a decision, like have Naomi beat up Jade. Like beat her after, ring the damn bell. Oh, you ain't stopping. Beat her up. Beat her up. And force character development on all three of them, because it's going to make Bianca either go super face, which she already is to an extent, like think more Cody Rhodes. Oh my God, I'm the best ever American Dream. Or she's going to be like, all right, it's time for me to go heel like I was in NXT when I just got married to Montez. It's time for me to be a piece of shit. So I think that this will force all three of them to develop characters. And there's nothing wrong, I think, with a super babyface Jade. I just think that in order for that to work, Jade needs to beat some people up. That's not Naomi. That's not Bianca. Beat up Liv Morgan. Beat up Alexa Bliss. Beat up Damage Control. That's the thing to do. You know what I mean? Like, no shade. Beat up Damage Control. But I think that in order for Jade, in my opinion, if you want Jade to be taken as this big, serious monster, which she should, like Nia Jax, she got to do more than 5 moves, or those 5 moves need to be devastating. That's how I feel. So I'm going to go with Naomi, but I think it's going to be Jade. But I think if you have Jade win, I don't know what you do afterwards. I don't see what you do afterwards with that.
I do, but more on that in a bit. But I do agree Jade Cargill gets the win here. And I don't think it's going to be long. I think this is a matchup that needs to be like 10 minutes tops.
Learn from Athena and Mercedes. No. I'm sorry.
It's because Jade Cargill can't do more than 10 minutes. Like that's what it comes down to. That's why it needs to be like 10 minutes or less. That's her sweet spot. That's where she will give us a good matchup here. Naomi can kind of get the advantage from nefarious means, and then Jade destroys her in the final like 2 to 3 minutes of this match.
I don't like that you're
Maggie?
right, SP3. Stop.
It has to be Naomi. I mean, it has to be Naomi. I mean, stop undermining the woman. Like, just give her a win. Has she ever won at WrestleMania? Was she ever
Yeah,
on?
she won last
a
year.
wrest-
She won
No,
last year.
fuck off.
Last year
No
was a
one remembers
multi-man match. That was a multi-man match. You know she means.
She won. She
No
won.
one fucking remembers that. Ain't
She
nobody got
won. She
time
won
for
in
that.
Orlando. She won in Orlando when she won back the
Yeah.
SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yeah. No one remembers that. I don't remember that. I'm nobody.
See,
So,
Dion
like,
remembers it. I was there. I was there in Orlando. We were feeling the glow. I remember that.
that's why you remember it. You're also a geek, so you're always gonna remember stuff like that. So,
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
sweetie Cresta, you have your mic mute.
It's because I be blowing my nose. And when you called him a geek, I said you ate that. But apparently I didn't eat anything. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mute because this is why I was late today. My nose is running. I got a lot going on. All the mucus is leaving me. Y'all don't need to hear that.
See, the only mucus we won is when we were watching Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega. So,
Dun, 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 dun.
Ooh. I just think that Jade gets the win, but this won't be the last time we see Naomi this weekend. That's my cliffhanger.
okay.
That's my
Okay.
cliffhanger.
Okay.
That's my
It's
cliffhanger.
a pretty obvious one. So
Yeah, it's pretty obvious, but I gotta save something for when we get to it. But let's talk
yeah,
about
for
something
3
that we did-
hours in advance.
let's talk about a matchup that we don't have to spend too much time on because they didn't spend any time building it. For the United States Championship, LA Knight, will defend against the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu. LA Knight won back the United States Championship on the March 14th edition of Friday Night SmackDown, and ever since then, he's been being chased by two men, Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman. It led to those two men facing in a last man standing match 2 weeks ago on SmackDown that Jacob Fatu won. It was a great, awesome matchup. Probably where Braun Strowman just needs to do last man standing matches because he's always good in that, not in regular matches. Jacob Fatu won that to become the number one contender to face LA Knight for the U.S. Championship. After LA Knight and Randy Orton picked up a win over Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, it was Jacob Fatu that attacked LA Knight to end last week's SmackDown. So who's going to win this one and become the U.S. champion coming out of Vegas? I'm going to make it easy. It's Jacob Fatu. It has to be Jacob Fatu. I'm sorry, LA Knight. It's time to move on. We need to put this on the Samoan werewolf. Maggie?
Yeah, LA Knight has had this title for 25,000 years now, and he's done nothing with it. And I'm sure that he's not at fault because they just don't care, neither for the men's or the women's U.S. title. Justice for Chelsea Green for not being on the card.
She's
This
the
is-
only reason why the U.S. title is relevant. Chelsea Green is
It's
doing
relevant.
the Lord's work.
Chelsea Green. Yes, thank you. So while I agree with you, I do want to mention a couple of things. Every time I hear Braun Breaker on the WrestleMania, I just hear Braun. That entire feud that he had with Shane O'Mac, that sucks, man. That sucks so much. Listen, if Solo Sikoa isn't the one to face Randy Orton, he's gonna be the one to cost Jacob Fatu the United States Championship.
I can see that.
And I do not want that at all. Just can Jacob, and this will make Solo Sikoa really stupid because why would you not have him win the title and then face him for the title? That's just really, really stupid. But I don't trust them when it comes to making sense because Kevin Owens is no longer there to fill in logic gaps. So we need to have one person there to make that, and Kevin's not there anymore. I am gonna pick Jacob Fatu because I, would like to put good things out into the universe because I tried picking Moxley for Dynasty. It means that the universe makes the exact opposite of what I pick, and then the universe picked that, and then it's fuck off. So I'm gonna pick. Yeah, I'm gonna pick this, Jacob. Yeah.
Fair. Cresta.
Feel bad for LA Knight. Yeah. You about to get beat up. Yeah. However, I can see Solo costing him it or Solo being jealous. To fill your logical gaps, I agree with you. Kevin Owens being not here, you don't realize how much Kevin Owens does when he's like, yo, Shane McMahon, shut the hell up. Nobody cares. You're not the best in the world. Nobody wants to hear this shit. You're taking TV time. And you're like, damn, Kevin Owens, you spitting.
Make good points.
You could have Tama Tonga do it because Tama Tonga was doing that in New Japan before. Tama Tonga was just being a menace. But I don't know if you guys do that. I do agree here that it needs to be Jacob Fatu. Poor LA Knight. I don't know what we do with LA Knight, Mr. Start and Stop Push, but LA Knight need to do something. However, I do think if Jacob wins, this leads to a bigger bloodline if there's still that issue. Because what do you mean Solo Sikoa got a belt before me, no shoe wearing, Jacob Fatu got a belt before me, no shoe wearing Solo Sikoa?
It's true.
I'm supposed to be the tribal chief. And ever since this guy came around, you and your little shithead cousin Tama Tonga been ruining me. You've been ruining my shit. Okay? It was all me, Oos. And now they're like, man, this guy's better than you. Shut up. So
I mean, he is kind of though.
Listen, I agree. I agree.
If Tama Tonga is gonna fill in logic gaps, how do you translate that into?
He's gonna say something, and then Tonga Loa gonna come out and be like, "So what, my brother did?"
So what happened is, he said, "Let's
Just
talk
put these
about
boys with the Usos at this point, so they can make up their own language."
That makes sense.
Let's
talk about the matchup that might be the most interesting because I think we none of us know what's going to happen when the bell rings on Saturday. Charlotte Flair will challenge Tiffany Stratton for the WWE Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair made her return from injury after over a year and a half on the sidelines with a serious MCL meniscus tear and came back in the Royal Rumble matchup to win to get her opportunity at WrestleMania. She chose Tiffany Stratton as the woman to challenge, and then for weeks we saw Charlotte just kind of sun Tiffany and basically lay her out and stand over her until Tiffany had enough. She fought Charlotte. They had a pull-apart brawl that they had to do twice. Then they had a sit-down interview where Charlotte ran all over Tiffany Stratton, basically talking over her and embarrassing her. This led to a face-to-face confrontation where Tiffany decided to get her lick back, and we got arguably one of the most train-wreck segments that we have ever seen on WWE television, where the Chicago crowd booed Charlotte out of the building to the point that Charlotte didn't want to cut her promo anymore. She decided to give the floor to Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton brought up Charlotte Flair's failed volleyball career, as well as crying in a daddy's basement because she's from Minnesota and she's not daddy's rich girl. And then she brought up that Charlotte Flair has a 4-3 record at WrestleMania, and after WrestleMania, she's going to be just like she is in real life. She'll be alone. How Charlotte always tries to act like the queen, but she's just WWE's least favorite Nepo baby, which Charlotte Flair says she's the Nepo queen, and that she was crying on a talk show about how her life is so depressing and that her record is 4-3 at WrestleMania, but she is going to be alone outside of the ring after WrestleMania. And what's her record now? 0-3, bringing up Charlotte's 3 failed marriages, which led to Charlotte Flair saying that Tiffany Stratton's real life boyfriend, Ludwig Kaiser, is in her DMs. This led to a whole bunch of fallout with everybody realizing that this was all off script. WWE pulled the footage from their social media and YouTubes. There was a bunch of heat on both women, but especially Charlotte for going off script first and Tiffany Stratton following suit. This led to a viral clip where Charlotte attacked Tiffany in the parking lot, and then Tiffany Stratton defeated Roxanne Perez on last week's SmackDown, and Charlotte attacked her after the matchup with Wade Barrett getting in her face for taking things too far. But the reason why this is anticipated is because they've gone off script before. Will they go off script when the bell rings on Saturday? We shall find out. Maggie, what have you thought about this roller coaster of a build, and who do you think wins on Saturday?
Okay, so Jesus. Um I Let me just start off by saying that if Tiffany loses this match, I'm gonna be so furious. So furious. And I feel like she will lose, actually. And it's a bit nerve-wracking. But I usually hold up Charlotte to a higher level of judgmentfulness, if that's even a word, because she is a veteran. She's been there her entire life, and she needs to know better when it comes to in ring promo and stuff like that. I do see her as a ring general. She has to carry herself professionally when it comes to stuff like that. Tiffany, she's 20. She she just doesn't know any better, and she's a rookie. She said it herself. Um, I did hate the fact because during one of their promos, Tiffany Stratton was like, "I have nothing to lose. If I lose to a veteran, and if I win, I beat one of the best." And I'm like, "What do you mean you have nothing to lose? You have a championship to lose. What? Like, what are we forgetting?" That you're the champion or what? Like, it's pissing me off. And uh it's I feel like Charlotte was gonna win, and everyone is just they they're not. I want to believe that the people aren't hating on Charlotte. They're hating on the way that she's being booked in the title picture nonstop. I do want to believe in people, and I want to believe that they don't hate Charlotte the person. Seriously, because guys, are we gonna sit here and pretend that Charlotte Flair isn't one of the best wrestlers on the planet? Are we gonna do that? Because let's not. Because like it just means that you haven't been watching for like 15 years.
Come on now.
Let's just not do that. Uh, she's not only that good, but like she brings out the best in other women in the ring, and that's what like that back and forth with Sasha Banks that they had on Raw and on pay-per-views, that made the title more interesting. I understand the hot potatoing thing was not for everyone, me included, but like it made the title in the main event. Charlotte is that woman. And that being said, I want Tiffany Stratton to beat her. I didn't like the fact that they fed Roxanne Perez to her. And because like Roxanne, come on. Like, is she on the main roster? Is she on NXT? Like she was for the longest time in the women's Royal Rumble, and then she's in the Elimination Chamber. Why am I seeing her on my NXT television? And then all of a sudden, she's fed to Tiffany Stratton on SmackDown. This makes no sense. And if Roxanne Perez is that person from NXT to get the NXT call-up treatment, hell no. Just get out of here with that. Fuck off. You go to hell. You go hell, you die. It's just, I'm not taking that. So that being said, I'm sorry for the rant. It's just,
It's okay.
I'm incredibly excited about this match, but for the wrong reasons. that I feel like everyone's gonna tune in to see a dumpster fire. Everyone's gonna tune in to see if they go off script in the ring and whether the referee will be incredibly awkward looking because is this a part of the show? I don't know if this is supposed to be happening. What am I supposed to like?
I'm here for it.
I don't know. I myself, I'm that person. I'm gonna tune in to watch that, but of course, at some point they are gonna go full on. By the way, this is a wrestling match, and then they're gonna wrestle. Just I hope that this doesn't turn into some one of the most anticipated awkward looking women's match, because we're getting a lot of women's wrestling on this year's WrestleMania. Don't fuck it up. Just don't fuck it up.
Good points. Good points. We do have a super chat donation here. Thank you so much, Dion Jenkins. Appreciate the support. He says Charlotte Flair is a reverse and then the bell rings. We said that about Charlotte Flair. We said that about Mercedes Moné as well, because sometimes, you know, people could say Mercedes' character or promos don't work, but when the bell rings, she turns it on. But the difference is, to me, the only thing that I disagree with what Maggie says, you said that Charlotte Flair is one of the best women's wrestlers in the world today. The only word I would change is she was. We don't know if she still is, because a year and a half is a very long time.
Yes,
They've literally put her in the ring with B-Fab for 5 minutes and Meechin for 5 minutes since she's been back. They've literally been like, we're not going to show you if she's back or not. We're not going to even show you. And with Mercedes, who was also out for a year and a half, she is more than proven she is still one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. We got to see on Saturday if Charlotte Flair is still in that conversation. I'm hoping that she is, but I am hoping that we get a clusterfuck and that this is that this goes off the script, because that's more interesting than me personally. That's more interesting than me, but I don't, because this has gone so personal. Because this has gone so personal, though, I don't see a world where Tiffany Stratton wins this matchup. Because I feel like Charlotte Flair just says, that doesn't work for me, brother. That doesn't work for me, sister. She's going to get the win on Saturday. That I don't see a
shut
world
your
right
mouth.
now. I don't. I see Charlotte Flair
agree.
win. Cresta, what do you think?
Stronger women have tried. I remember the whole Rhea Ripley build-up when she got called up from NXT after beating Shayna Baszler, who was terrorizing NXT, after doing the Royal Rumble in her Saiyan gear, still lost to fucking Charlotte Flair during the Thunderdome. Better women have tried. And no shade to Tiffany Stratton. That's cute and all. I will give her props because Charlotte stayed taking liberties with people. Now, I am now a Charlotte fan because I do think that it's a low below the belt. If a woman's out here crying because her personal life is in shambles, and then you be like, what are you now, 0-3? Girl, this is Charlotte Flair. You lost. You lost when you said that. You lost when you said that. You might have been able to win, but the moment you went into business for yourself, Charlotte Flair, even if I don't believe this, and I don't, but even if she went backstage and politicked, yeah, that would absolutely be your right. I get it. I also get not wanting to let Charlotte Flair run over you. I'm going to stay on script and you're going to try to get your lick on me. I'm going to get my lick on you. But at least make it funny. That wasn't funny. That was just kind of cruel. So at that point,
mean. Yeah.
It wasn't even like shady mean. It was just like, ugh, well, that's why you got divorced. Tiffany, you're about to lose at WrestleMania if we're going to talk truth. You're about to lose. Yeah. Talk about that. You just got called up. You just got it from Nia. You just won Money in the Bank. And now you're going to lose to Charlotte Flair, who's Thanos and inevitable. That's what you get. That's what you get. If it was funny, if it was a zinger, I'd be with it. But I mean, not for nothing. We know Charlotte going to go off script. We know Charlotte is rude. We know Charlotte going to do these things. So all you got to do is really out wrestle her and keep up. And you decided, well, if you're going to be a bitch, I'm a bitch too. But that don't work for you because you're not Charlotte. You feel me? So it would be nice to have someone different. However, better women have tried. Better women have failed in their first attempt. Charlotte squashing that girl. Oh, I'm so sorry. Once she said she was 0-3 in those marriages, Charlotte took her big ass to Paul's office and was like,
you expect me to lose to her, brother?
You better get somebody else to do it, brother, because it won't be me. Because I firmly believe Charlotte can out wrestle Tiffany. And like on some shit, like if they decide to start shooting, I think Charlotte would actually injure Tiffany. Not saying she would, but like if she tried to out wrestle Charlotte, I'd be like, knock it off, little girl, knock it off. So much respect to Tiffany. You might have had a chance, but going below the belt and it wasn't funny. Yikes, you lost. You at that moment, I was like, damn, Charlotte really making sure you lose at Mania. You was already gonna lose. Once they said it was Charlotte Flair, but damn. Good luck, Tiffany Stratton. See you next year.
I do feel like that we're gonna get a lot of shoving and a lot of pie facing that looks really, really awkward,
Mm-hmm.
and we're
Yeah.
gonna know. We're gonna know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Or
gonna
Charlotte did
wind
with
up
the
like that
swerve.
Nia match.
Charlotte could be like, I don't care because I know you're eating the pen at the end of this. Do your big one.
Get your lick in. She gonna be putting her hands behind her back, like get your shot in, get your slap in, because I'm gonna win. I'm gonna put this figure
I'm
8 on
still
you,
gonna
and I'm
win.
not letting go.
This is gonna be her the whole time. Let go, Charlotte.
Mm,
Wait, is she 0-3 yet? Keep tapping, baby. Keep tapping, baby. Maybe I'll hear it. I'm deaf. I'm 0 in this ear, maybe 3 in this one. It's the furthest away. Yeah.
Oh man, Charlotte. I'm so interested in this match now. I will give them that. That train wreck segment made it for me. Check out us talking about the train wreck segment and all the fallout. That drops at 7 p.m. today. But then we got the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania, what Seth Rollins calls the biggest triple threat matchup in not just WrestleMania history, but in the history of the industry, because it determines the future of the industry. No, it's for no stakes. It's for no title. It is Roman Reigns going up against Seth Rollins and CM Punk. It was back at the Royal Rumble. Seth and Roman Reigns went face to face, brawling it out in the men's Royal Rumble matchup until CM Punk eliminated both men. After Punk was eliminated by Logan Paul, Roman said, "What's going on? We just teamed up about a month ago." But Seth Rollins said, "Bump all that," and stomped the hell out of Roman Reigns' head into the ground. He then brawled with CM Punk before stomping Roman Reigns' head once again into the steel steps. It led to both Seth and Punk being in the Elimination Chamber matchup, where Punk eliminated Seth from that matchup, costing him his shot at being in the WWE Championship matchup at WrestleMania. And then Punk and Seth basically screwed Punk after that, helping John Cena win the men's elimination chamber and taking away CM Punk's dream of being in the main event of WrestleMania. Seth said that he is obsessed with taking that away from Punk at every means necessary. They brawled a bit, and it set up a big steel cage matchup in Madison Square Garden on the March 10th episode of Monday Night Raw, where Roman Reigns made his return for the first time since the Royal Rumble, pulling Seth Rollins from the cage, costing Punk the matchup, helping Seth win, only to beat the hell out of Seth, and he was about to stomp his head into the steel steps until officials came out, and he noticed his wise man helping out CM Punk. And this wasn't the first time he had seen his wise man finagling with CM Punk, because back at the War Games matchup
finagling.
Yes, at Survivor Series, Roman Reigns and the OG Bloodline were outnumbered by the new Bloodline led by Solo Sikoa. After they recruited Bronson Reed, they hacked Seth Rollins to be a part of the team, but Seth wanted nothing to do with teaming up with Roman Reigns ever again after he screwed over Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 when Roman decided to get revenge for the Shield breakup instead of retaining his title against Cody. But they found their partner in CM Punk, but Punk only agreed to do that if Paul Heyman gave him a favor. For months, we did not know what that favor was after the OG Bloodline and CM Punk won in War Games, but this road to WrestleMania would give us a lot of those answers, and that came after Roman Reigns attacked CM Punk inside of that steel cage, laying him out with a spear. It led to a big brawl between all three men, with all of them pointing at the WrestleMania sign to set up this matchup. At the contract signing in London, England, it was revealed to CM Punk that his dreams had come true, and that this triple threat match between three of the biggest stars in WWE would be the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania. CM Punk was now officially a WrestleMania main eventer, which pissed Seth Rollins the fuck off, because that's all he's been fighting for, is keeping CM Punk out of the WrestleMania main event. But he is an architect, and he just came up with a new plan, which is to manipulate the master manipulator of it all, Paul Heyman, especially after Punk revealed that him being in the main event of WrestleMania wasn't the favor. So Seth decided to play his mind games with Paul Heyman after Punk revealed that his favor was for Paul Heyman, the wise man of Roman Reigns, the mastermind of Roman Reigns' 4-year-long title reign, would be in Punk's corner at WrestleMania after a promise he made to him back in 2006 that was mentioned in 2013. Now in 2025, Heyman will be in Punk's corner, not Roman Reigns' corner at WrestleMania. Seth decided that he was going to take Heyman out of play here and just goaded Punk into coming out. Punk got stomped into the ground. Seth looked like he was going to stomp Paul Heyman as well, but instead he didn't. He spared his life and told him that he owes him a favor now. And then the manipulation turned to Roman, where he told Roman that a favor is a choice to make. So Paul Heyman is choosing to screw over Roman Reigns and side with CM Punk. So he needs to make a decision of his own. This led to the closing segment on Monday Night Raw this week, where Roman attacked Seth. Roman then shoved down Paul Heyman. Punk came to the save of Paul Heyman, only to be speared by Roman. And then Seth Rollins hit Roman in the back with a shield chair, according to Michael Cole. He's become worse as an announcer. I didn't know that was possible. But yes, he hit him with a shield chair on Monday to give him a call back from the Shield breakup, with Seth being in full control heading into this Saturday's main event. So much history, so many twists and turns along the way heading into WrestleMania. Maggie, what have you thought about the build to this matchup? Who wins in the main event of WrestleMania Saturday?
Okay. So I've been, doing this for a while now, and people who have followed me know damn well I am a Seth Rollins girly. I adore the guy, and he's done everything in his power to get the company over. He tried to put on amazing matches. He tried to put over titles and everything. He really tried. And he was never the guy. He was the champion, but he was never the guy. And up until today, he's still not the guy. Because the two people that everyone was talking about during this entire build was Punk and Roman Reigns. Because Roman Reigns is always going to be the talks among people, because it's Roman Reigns. And then there's Punk. What's the favor? Oh, what's the favor? And then it's for Paul Heyman to be in your corner, which was kind of, underwhelming for me. But I'm sorry, but like Seth Rollins seems like the only person who really, really needs the win here. I'm not even kidding, because like Seth Rollins can win and then go on to do wonderful things, and then Punk and Roman can, run it back, because I do feel like they're gonna run it back. Also, Seth laid down for Punk in the Netflix debut for Raw. This is kind of controversial, but I did not like that match, because what the match was back and forth, but like it was a lot of the person hitting the other person's finisher and then kicking out. It was that. And
so was the cage match. They do a lot of finisher spam.
It's really stupid, and I really, really hate and then with the cage match, walk off. Escape the cage. No, this shouldn't be the thing. I'm glad that Roman Reigns got involved in that, because it actually made it interesting. So I'm forever biased when it comes to Seth Rollins. I hope Seth Rollins wins, and I hope he pins Punk. I know that it's triple threat, and which means no disqualification. They can murder each other. I don't give a fuck, man. Just Seth Rollins pins CM Punk. Just give it to me. I want a smirk on my face, okay? I'm already gonna watch Charlotte Flair beat Tiffany and then Jey Uso beating Gunther. Just give me that. Just give me Seth Rollins winning here. What is this? I hate the WrestleMania. What is this? Just give me this. What do you guys think?
That was real.
Chris,
That was real.
That came from the heart. That came from the heart.
No, I low-key agree. Let me start off and say that our main event is a bunch of bridesmaids who are mad that they're not a bride. Jey Uso and Gunther should have been the main event. This should have been the opener. No shade. No shade. Well, I get to main event. I didn't main event last year, but I didn't win anything. So all three of us, bunch of babies. Yeah, this shouldn't have been the main event. Let's start there. Second of all, Triple H, you have the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever. Bring out Brock Lesnar. And what Paul Heyman gonna do? I know that Brock Lesnar, he got real life heat on him. But can you imagine Paul Heyman already going through the shits like, I gotta protect CM Punk. I gotta protect this man. All you hear is the wow, whatever his music sounds like. And you just see Paul Heyman go, oh. You have the opportunity. Maggie left. I've had it. You have the opportunity to do the funniest shit ever and bring out Brock Lesnar. Because I got to tell you, I don't care who wins this match. Again, this is a bunch of bridesmaids. This is going to be good. This is going to be a good match. But who cares if CM Punk wins? Who cares if Seth Rollins wins? Who cares if Roman Reigns wins? Listen, I care, but in the grand scheme of things, what does that mean? You still going to be at the top of the card. You still going to be feuding with these guys over, well, I don't really like you, even though I don't see what the end game is after this. So again, like, no matter who wins, this match is going to be good. But this should have opened. You give Jey Uso and Gunther the respect that they deserve. At least have one Royal Rumble winner do something. You know what I mean? And I get there's a lot of big names in here. That's
what I made the look. I was like, there's a
lot, but they're all a bunch of
CM Punk,
bridesmaids.
Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins.
Tell me
they're
I'm wrong,
all
though.
bigger stars than Jey Uso and Gunther.
But my point still stands. There are a bunch of bridesmaids in this situation. You guys are fighting over Paul Heyman, or why doesn't this person want to be my friend? That's ultimately what you're fighting over. Seth Rollins like, well, I didn't want to be friends with Roman. I didn't want to do this, and then you guys made me, and then you guys did this. And CM Punk's like, well, I wanted my WrestleMania match, and I'm friends with Paul. And Paul, you can't be friends with Roman. And Roman's like, no, Paul is my friend, so you can't be friends with CM Punk. And Seth Rollins like, well, Paul's gonna be my friend too. So no, this should have been a Paul on a pole match. You didn't give me Dom on a pole match. You might as well put Paul on a pole.
This is proving my point. People greater than props. Paul Heyman is greater than a prop. A world title?
Yes.
Who wants a world title? I can have a
Paul on a pole.
a special counsel, the greatest manager of all time. He's a New Yorker. He's good with taxes and contracts. He can get you WrestleMania main events. He can get you the best pizza in New York City. Like, this is Paul Heyman.
Yes. I'd rather have Paul Heyman than a WrestleMania title. Because Paul Heyman, even if I'm not in a WrestleMania, Paul Heyman gonna make sure I'm in the next WrestleMania or the King of the Ring.
Exactly.
Or Royal Rumble.
I could have a 4-year reign and then lose the title and I'm still in the main event of WrestleMania. Yeah, I'll take Paul Heyman.
The only other manager that's up there like that is Don Callis. Because Don Callis like, I'll stab myself in the face and you'll be a champion.
He doesn't wear any socks. Imagine the foot fungus.
You right.
Who would want to ride in the vehicle with him? No.
As long as he keeps his shoes on.
No, it still stinks. No.
No. We got a super chat donation here from Dion Jenkins. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support once again. He says, if I hear Seth cut one more this company rah 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 speech in that nasally ass voice, I am going to lose it. I am sorry. I said it after his promo on Monday. I was like, Seth, what the fuck are you talking about? This is not for the future of the industry. This has nothing to do with the future of the industry. What the fuck are you talking about?
We got 3 massive egos in the main event, not fighting over a title. How could you say you don't want us, you fucking peasants? Like, bro, like, listen to what you just said. You guys are essentially fighting over Paul Heyman. That's what. I wish 3 buff men would fight over me.
I want. We
I
all
will agree
want
with
men
one.
to fight over.
I mean, Paul Heyman is a good guy to fight over, but call it what it is. Like you said, Seth. I love Seth, but you guys don't respect me. I respect you, Seth, but what are you fighting for? You fighting? I beat up Roman. You've been beat up Roman.
For this business.
You know what? This wrestling business.
This business can't survive with people like you. Stay at home and come back when it's convenient.
All right, not too much on Seth. Not too much on Seth. Not too much. Not too much. Because he was there when everybody else went to the Thunderdome, when everyone else was like, I'm not doing a fucking Thunderdome. Where was Seth? Yeah. Not too much. Not too much on Seth. He was, yeah, that's it. I give him shit. But Seth being the bridesmaid and never the bride. But when the bridesmaid didn't want to show up to work, y'all were definitely calling Seth. So I think Seth should win. But I don't know how that works.
I said this on Tuesday. I was like, as Seth is, out of all 3 guys, he is not the best promo. He's not the second best promo. But in this rivalry, in this buildup, he has been the best promo because he's been the one that's actually been saying something. Roman comes out and says his acknowledge me, and he cut the promo on Paul Heyman, but not anything to build up this matchup. CM Punk is the best promo out of all 3 guys, and he's really just been worried about favors and Paul Heyman, not building up this actual matchup. For all intents and purposes, Seth has done the best job of building this match and making it feel like it should be a WrestleMania main event. I say all of that to say there's no way Seth Rollins win in this matchup. Roman Reigns wins.
Oh nah. It's CM Punk or Roman. I'm so sorry. I want Seth to win out of all 3 of them, but it's CM Punk or Roman. Oh nah. The way they treat Seth, it's
fuck.
Maggie, I'm sorry. I like Seth Rollins. But I also watch WWE. If they had a report that says Seth Rollins went backstage and slapped up 50 people, I'd believe it. Because they always put him in a sun-in position. He's always right there. But here come Roman back like, I'm no longer injured. WrestleMania. Here comes CM Punk. I want to wrestle again. WrestleMania.
I was like,
I've been here the whole time.
I've said this before. I've said, like, I don't think anyone has been more disrespected than Seth Rollins. That's why I said when they were talking about how his contract was about to expire last year and then he re-signed. Before he re-signed, I was like, the biggest move he could do for his career is to straight up leave and go to AEW. Because I had better faith in Seth going to AEW and getting the #1 spot than him ever being #1 in WWE. You have to realize the guy that's been #1 has been Roman Reigns, a guy that he trained when they were in the Shield. He was the most experienced. Him and Dean Ambrose, John Moxley trained this guy who was the youngest of the group, and he came up and they chose him over the guys that trained him. Imagine you're in your job and you're training the guy, and then he gets promoted and he gets above you, and you're just like, oh well, fuck me. Why is it fuck me though? What did I do? What did I do? So he was number 2, and he's been number 2 for like a decade now. But like 7 years into this decade, he was number 2. Then this motherfucker who was Stardust comes back into the company and jumps me. Now he's number 2, and I'm down to number 3.
Fuck Cody. Fuck Cody, man.
And then Jonathan Cena, the Invisible Man, comes back.
No. It gets even better. Because this is about this story. He's number 3 now, and he's going to be number 3 for a year and a half. And then the motherfucker who was my idol, I trained with him in the ROH dojo, but he took his ball home and left and talked shit about this company, the company that I'm always defending on social media, making myself look like an asshole to Will Ospreay and all the wrestling fans. And this motherfucker teared us down for a decade. He comes back, and now he's number 3, and I'm number 4.
SP3, you spitting? Nah.
Like, and then you guys, y'all up here, y'all saying, oh, Jey Uso, he's so popular, he should be a main eventer. So is Seth really number 4? Is he number 5 now? Gunther been putting on better matches than him. Is Gunther number 5 now? I'm number 6. Like what? He keeps going down. He ain't going up. He keeps going down.
Ooh. So if there's gonna be a workplace incident, it's gonna be Seth. So that's what you're saying.
Oh no, it gets better. It gets better because when he could have been number 1 was 2019, right? When Roman gets leukemia. Who was number 1 then? Oh no, it wasn't Seth. It was his wife.
Whoa, bro, SP3. Yo,
can't catch a fucking break. I can't.
You really can't catch a break.
Like...
Even during his matches, they were chanting Becky, Becky. Seth Rollins is going to turn up at his job. He's going to go to work and slap everybody. And you know, when those reports come out on Fightful, I'm going to believe it. Now that you said that, I was just saying put Jey Uso, so fuck Seth, right? And then Gupta, so fuck Seth, right? And now even a low,
so fuck me. Rhea Ripley,
fuck Seth, right?
Bianca Belair.
So fuck Seth,
me,
right? Charlotte Flair, so fuck Seth, right? That should be his new gimmick. Crash out Seth. So fuck Seth, right? So fuck Seth, right?
So fuck me, right? So fuck me, right? I'm sorry, Maggie. I know that's your guy, but I just had to break down what's been like this last 5 years.
Too, but I hate that you said that. But you're right. Yeah,
you said zero lies.
I hate that you said zero lies.
Oh, but yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see him winning on Saturday. I got Roman Reigns.
Suck back dicks for that.
I'll be right there sucking it with him, Maggie. I'm so sorry. I want Seth to win. It's just that CM Punk, to quote Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, fragile Phil, fragile mind, fragile body, fragile ego. You ain't going over on me, pal. And Roman Reigns, maybe I could accept because he's been here. Who the big dog, you know? But like, yeah, Seth ain't pinning Roman. Seth ain't pinning CM Punk. So that leaves 2 answers.
No longer Seth freaking Rollins. It's Seth, so fuck me right, Rollins.
Honestly, if he decided to go heel and do that, just slapping people, LA Knight go up to him and say, yeah, so fuck me, what? Slap him, just out of nowhere, just start slapping people. Slap you. You look at me funny, I'm slapping you. I'm on the edge of glory, bitch. I'm 1 foot wrong, okay?
You remember that South Park episode with the I'm gonna slap you so hard?
Yes, that's gonna be Seth. I'm gonna slap you.
I'm gonna slap you so hard, and that's Seth.
Coming out in matches he's not even in the Americano match, just slapping him and Ray. Like I hate everybody. Everyone's getting slapped. Everybody, Logan Paul. Get to that. Everyone getting Jacob for 2, you 2. Everyone getting slapped. Tama Tonga, fucking Solo Sikoa right on your feet, slapping everybody.
Oh, I love this. But we got to talk about the other triple threat matchup that probably is going to be better than this one when we go to WrestleMania Sunday. It was reported today by WrestleVotes that the opener of night 2 of WrestleMania will be for the WWE Women's World Championship. Io Sky defends against Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. It was at the Elimination Chamber that Bianca Belair won the chamber matchup to get the shot at the WWE Women's World Championship, but the next 2 days later, we had Rhea Ripley defending the gold against Io Sky. Many people thought we would get Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, but Io Sky said bump all of that after Bianca Belair was cheering for Io to get back into the ring to have a legit winner of this matchup. Rhea Ripley crashed out and got upset because Bianca was her longtime friend. They had always talked about facing each other at WrestleMania, so she got upset, got into it with Bianca, got distracted by Bianca, and it led to Io Sky winning the WWE Women's World Championship, and Rhea refused to let that go. She kept getting involved in their business, crashed their contract signing, laid out both women, and signed her name on the contract that both women had already signed. It led to Adam Pearce making a rematch between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky that Bianca Bianca Belair was the special guest referee of. Bianca was hit by both women during the matchup and decided to call it a double disqualification. Led to a huge brawl between all three women, with Rhea Ripley laying out both of them. And then the following week, Adam Pearce said, all right, enough of this. We've seen this song and get dance a few times already, so let's just make it a triple threat match. The longest drawn way to make a triple threat match, it is this rivalry right here, because I think we've all known it was going to be a triple threat as soon as Io Sky won the title on the first week of March, but it took to the end of March for them to actually make it a triple threat matchup. Both women cut promos this past week on Monday Night Raw stating their claim to the title. Once the bell rings, this might be the best match of WrestleMania weekend. I just have not liked the build and how drawn out it was for no reason whatsoever. Maggie, who you got coming out as the Women's World Champion?
Yeah, a lot of unnecessary stuff happened here, and I just I don't know. I'm incredibly torn because Bianca Belair has a WrestleMania streak going on, and I kind of don't want it to end. But I also don't want Io Sky to be such a short-term champion. But Rhea Ripley, this is probably one of the most hard to predict matches for me in the second night of WrestleMania, because whatever they decide to do, I feel like will be the right choice or the wrong choice. I really don't understand. You can make a case out of all three of these women to win. I'm a big supporter for Io Sky. I always shout out justice for Io, because last year she went up against Bayley and she lost. I do feel like she should win here, so I'm slightly leaning towards Io because it's Io, but I don't want Bianca's streak to end. But if whatever Cresta says is going to happen later, Naomi getting or was it SP3 that said that? Okay, I'm sorry.
It was
but
SB3.
If Naomi gets involved and costs Bianca the match, because again it's a three-way, no disqualifications and whatnot. I am gonna go with Io on this, but it's really hard.
It's fair. Cresta, who you got?
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know. I think Io should keep it. I think Io just got it, and Io, like Kyrie's saying, and even Dakota Kai, I'll put them in her in that category. These girls are incredibly talented. Don't never get a fair shake, and right when they're about to, someone gets injured. Or someone injures them.
Yes.
So I love Bianca, and that's a good point that Maggie brought up about Bianca's streak. I wouldn't want that to be ended. However, there's a free MacGuffin there. Jade or Naomi could come out and interfere in this match. So that's free. I think Rhea Ripley will be fine here. Don't know if she eats the pin, but I don't think Rhea Ripley needs to win here. She's approaching Randy Orton status, where whether you win or lose, you'll be great in the greater wrestling zeitgeist. So I think with all of that information, it should be Io, but this is the Fed. So I expect Rhea or Bianca, more leaning towards Bianca to keep that streak going. And Io takes the pin. I hate that. But I would love because I'm thinking also too, like, if I'm booking this from a merch standpoint, Rhea's selling the most merch. Bianca's super over, and Io is over too, but you're not over merch-wise as much as Rhea is. And Rhea, if we don't put the belt on her, she'll be fine. People are still going to watch her and do that. Sorry. Bianca, I think she'll be fine, but right now with what's going on with Jade, Naomi, you would sacrifice these other two women for two other women. You know what I mean? So I think the bigger story there is not even in this match, which is very unfortunate. So I do, unfortunately, I'm going to go with, I I think it was going to be Bianca. I would love for Io to win. I think Io deserves this. And if you really want to cement someone, and I'm all about building new stars, it could be more than one Rhea. There could be more than one Becky, but you have to give them the respect and give them a chance to cut a promo, do a match. So if Io wins here, I think she has a fantastic opportunity to really spread her wings and fly. We've come far from Kabuki Warriors. However, I don't trust the Fed. I trust that they'll put it on Bianca or Rhea. I'm more leaning towards Bianca.
I was so with Bianca winning here, and I had it where I was like, yeah, she wins. You can have Naomi be the reason why she won. Naomi and her both heels together. Now, though, after her promo, because I think she had the promo that gave the most away to this matchup, because when she talked about herself, she said, I've won the Elimination Chamber and I've never been pinned at WrestleMania. No, you're undefeated at WrestleMania, sweetheart. Just say that. That sounds a lot better than I've never been pinned at WrestleMania. Her saying I've never been pinned at WrestleMania was a MacGuffin. It's literally telling us that she's not gonna be she's not gonna be pinned, but she's gonna lose. That's what it told me, is that she could continue saying I've never been pinned at WrestleMania, but you're not gonna win this matchup. So I think that Naomi comes out, cost her the match, takes her out of play, and Io Sky once again beats Rhea Ripley. And maybe you can turn Rhea Ripley heel because she is obsessed with the fact she's never beaten Io Sky. Io Sky, I think, is going to retain the title here.
That's a good pathway. I like yours. I changed my answer to SP3's answer. I'm scratching my answer out because that fits better with my French vanilla fantasy. I couldn't logic it the way you did, so I'm scribbling out my answer and putting exactly what SP3 wrote.
She's like, oh,
you said don't copy. Then I read what you wrote. I'm like, bitch, I have to copy. There was no way I was this. And if you're just gonna be like, how you thought of that?
It came to my head. We got
my work and I couldn't.
So just like night one, we go from the highs of this card to some lows. AJ Styles
fucking bar
1-on-1.
No.
Whoa.
Ew, boo.
Get this off my screen. I'm not watching that.
AJ Styles goes 1-on-1 with Logan Paul. AJ was eliminated from the Royal Rumble by Logan Paul, and then Logan Paul talked a whole bunch of crap to him backstage. AJ seemed like he was going after the Intercontinental Championship and Braun Breaker, but just decided to keep feuding with Logan Paul over absolutely nothing. They had a promo exchange in London. Before that, they were supposed to have AJ call out Logan Paul at Madison Square Garden, but then Logan came out and did some angle with Andrew Schultz, and they tried to make Andrew Schultz a babyface because AJ saved him from Logan Paul. Then they had that promo in London where I couldn't hear anything because I was in the building and we were too busy booing Logan Paul out of the whole country.
As you should.
And Logan Paul laid him out there. He laid him out after Karrion Kross. After AJ beat Karrion Kross on Monday's Raw. Karrion Kross has done a great job building this matchup up, but this matchup has nothing to do with Karrion Kross, really. It's just two guys who can have a good match at WrestleMania.
There's a saying in pro wrestling.
I got Logan Paul. I actually got AJ Styles. Logan Paul's gotten too much offense on AJ Styles. I think AJ Styles win. Cresta?
There's a saying in pro wrestling that if you can't get a good match out of AJ Styles, you're fucking trash. And I think that's what's happening here. You want to get a classic. Nobody's checking for this Paul guy. So we didn't put the New Day on the card for this Paul guy. We didn't put Karrion Kross across from AJ Styles for this Paul guy. This is not the Paul feller I want. The only Paul I respect is Paul Heyman. I don't want to see this guy. The only time I want to see him is if he's getting mollywopped, jumped. I want him to take his shoes and throw it on the wire. I want AJ Styles to win here. Unfortunately, I really believe that you guys are going to put over fucking Logan Paul. Bitch, I will train for 6 months and I'll get in that ring. I will do a death match with Logan Paul. Bro, I don't want to see that. Don't nobody want to see that. I want AJ Styles. I would have rather see AJ Styles versus Alex Shelley, bitch. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to. I'd rather see AJ Styles wrestle Mr. Sacco, Moppy. I don't want to see this shit. Why do we keep giving this man cards, a spot in the card? Put him on the pre-show. They're like Roxanne Perez was busy. Fucking Nia Jax was busy. Fucking Motor City Machine Guns was busy. We couldn't do nobody else. Like, stop giving. I don't care how much money he put into Prime. I don't care. I do not care. I never want to see a Paul American. Get that off my screen. There are actual wrestlers that could be doing something. I don't want to see this. Is this the best use of AJ Styles? Because all Paul is going to do is disappear again. Is this the best use of your programming? Is this the best use of time? We literally could have put some. I'd rather see two influencers fight over a quarter or a WWE contract than this. I don't want to see this shit. I don't care. I'm taking a shit during this match. Unfortunately for AJ Styles, I'm going to go to the bathroom after I had some Taco Bell and my brains out rather than watch this match. I'm sick of Logan Paul. Why is he here? Can't he just be like, Hogan, give us your money and be off screen? Like, I don't care. Go away. Go away. I'm annoyed at this whole match. This is not fair to AJ Styles. Justice for AJ Styles. Go back to TNA.
We got a Maggie rant and a Cresta rant in the same preview. Best preview ever. This tops
Revolution.
Revolution.
Me off, bro. I don't know why he's here. Like, everyone talks about wrestlers not getting a fair shake, and we're giving time to this guy. So what? He's athletic. So what? I could do a cartwheel. So what? Nobody wants to see him. Nobody. Who? Nobody. I'm sorry. I'm muting my mic because he pisses me off. Like, of all the professions to go and play in, people already talk shit about wrestling, and then you're here. Yo, go find a pineapple under the sea, my guy.
Maggie.
I always thought that there was no way I can love Cresta more, and now there is. So this could have been Carmelo Hayes. Just saying, this could have been Carmelo Hayes because I've been extremely vocal on this channel and on Fightful Overbooked. I'm extremely disappointed in the way Carmelo Hayes has been portrayed on the main roster. Extremely disappointed. Especially now that at some point we are gonna get my dream match, which is Carmelo Hayes and Ricky Starks Saints or whatever. This is my dream match, and we're gonna get to it at some point. And they're making me not care about it. Why is Logan Paul here? Why is this happening? He has one of the most punchable faces, and I want to be the one to punch his face, his stupid face. I know he's a father. I understand that, and I can sympathize with that, but I don't fucking care, man. Like, for some fucking reason, I was on Instagram because Instagram Reels are a way for my brain to shut off for a while, and my brain is working nonstop, and I hate that. So for some reason, my phone showed me an Instagram of Logan Paul. What I do in the morning, what I do with my kid and my shoving my face into cold ass water. Why am I watching this? And then do I have to restart my phone? Do I have to sue Apple for showing me this? Because now my eyes are bleeding. I watched a guy I fucking hate do some stuff that I also do, and I don't want to do that. Like, he's breathing. No,
not that he's breathing.
No, he's breathing. Why? Like, do I need to hang myself just so? Like, what? No, and this is again. Listen up. I do not like this whatsoever, and this is putting it mildly. And one of the hardest things for me, this is the hardest pill to swallow. This is probably going to be one of the best AJ Styles WrestleMania matches ever, because he has had a ton of shitty WrestleMania matches. And to this point, his match with Shane fucking McMahon was probably the best WrestleMania match. And I will not stand this.
But what's worse, the best one being Shane McMahon or this fucking Paul guy?
This is there's a reason why my hair is falling off right now. And it's Logan Paul versus AJ Styles. This is the reason, because my hair is like, I know that you're gonna tear us anyway while you're watching the match. We're just gonna fall off by ourselves.
Skip a step. We're gonna molt.
I fucking hate this so much, man. Why is this happening? This is AJ Styles. I will never shut up about this. This is the Roger Federer of wrestling. Why is this happening?
Yeah.
I don't want to watch that. Fuck all the way off. Fuck to the end of the world, and don't come back because I'm going to be taking a shit. Just don't. What?
There's nobody else? Miz is busy?
No, look, Miz is
Miz
with
versus
Carmelo
Logan Paul.
Hayes.
Leave AJ Styles out of this. I want AJ to have his WrestleMania spot, but I'm very well aware he wouldn't have that spot if it wasn't for Logan Paul. So have him fight the Miz and be done with it. Okay? Nobody want to see either of those dudes. Matter of fact, have Brock Lesnar F5 Logan Paul 20 times for my sports entertainment. Since you got your degrees and you know everything.
I hate this so much. I do not want to be watching this. And God help, listen up. God help me if Logan Paul beats AJ Styles. God,
Girl,
fucking help me. Because if this fucking happens, Rob Wilkins will be having more hair than me. And that is what? No.
Maggie.
I will start doing push-ups on Monday morning after I watch this match.
You
And
and I
I'm
are
going to
gonna
be
get
doing
buff.
push-ups. I'm going to be doing push-ups until coexisting on Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern.
You gonna look like the Rick and Morty thing at the end when they were mad about just slapping people.
Yes, that right that.
I agree with what Alexa Bliss Gamer said. We have Logan Paul on the card, but not Chelsea Green or Alexa. This would have been a perfect Chelsea Green match. What?
Have Chelsea Green kick Logan Paul's ass. Have
Bro,
Chelsea Green.
She would be a national treasure more than she is.
Everyone's gonna want to watch that.
Honestly, I think you could get Maggie to like Cody Rhodes if he beat up Logan Paul. So you did that one little thing. You did that one little thing. So I'll give you that. You did that one thing.
Debatable. Oh, but I think we're all going for AJ Styles, so that's good. In another matchup that doesn't have quite any build at all is for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships.
I didn't even know this match was happening.
That's Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez will defend against WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria and Bayley. Lyra and Bayley faced each other for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, with Lyra picking up the win in a really damn good matchup. Then the two women decided to team up with one another in a gauntlet match to determine the number one contenders for the tag team championships. They went through 5 other teams along the way, going wire to wire, beating everyone and becoming the number one contenders for Liv and Raquel. That led to Bayley versus Liv on this past Monday's Raw, with Bayley picking up the win due to an assist from Lyra. That is the build. Yes, it's only been going on for 2 weeks, basically. Liv and Raquel win. Krista?
Yes.
I'm going to vote with Lyra and Bayley, only because I met Lyra in real life. She's really nice. So, you know.
I love Lyra.
I'm also kind of over the Raquel Liv thing. I'm over, I know they just got together, but I'm over Judgment Day. Do some next program. So that's my answer. We're going with Lyra and Bayley.
Like, they're having a 4-way tag team match on NXT Stand and Deliver to determine who will face the tag team champions. So,
yeah.
I hope that whoever wins the tag team championships, because they're gonna do a lot better on NXT with those championships that they're ever gonna do on the main roster. I hate this.
Yeah. The poor women's tag titles in
Yeah.
general. In general, I'll never forgive y'all what y'all did to Naomi and Sasha. And shout out to Naomi coming back. But I think the disrespect should have been, the apology should have been as loud as the disrespect. But Sasha was right. Y'all not gonna do right by those titles. You're not gonna do right by those titles, and you never do. So another Franken team again, huh?
Basically. That's what we're here for. So I know you think the winner of the 4-way at Stand and Deliver will be the champions by Tuesday, but who do you have winning this matchup, Maggie?
The tag team championship match.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll Liv and Raquel, obviously.
Okay.
I want them to lose to an NXT team. That
would be cut. That would all right. You ate there. You ate with that. That'd be really funny. I don't know any girls from NXT, so also I'm like, okay, get them, dude. Come on, girls. But also, are y'all gonna get called up to the main roster to have a singular match against a Franken team and then lose?
I think the win. I think I predicted the winner of that matchup being the Meta Girls, and I'm all for Lash Legend being a champion.
Yeah,
please be Lash Legend.
I've been
She's
seeing them on
improved
TNA.
immensely.
They're so Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend are so good. I would go as far as to say, if we want to talk about women who got like 5 moves, Lash Legend versus Jade, it wouldn't slap, but it would push each other, and I would watch. It would push. I would watch.
We kind of saw that the Meta Girls did face Bianca and Jade when they were tag team champions.
That's like if you're not watching NXT.
I think they faced in Atlanta, Georgia. That was in like February, I think. We do have a super chat donation from Chuck Berries. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. He says, ladies in SP3, as a Bayley fan, I'm afraid that WWE will slowly phase her out like Natalya was. Am I wrong? And if not, I shall move on. LOL.
I hope you're
I'm
wrong.
not saying you're wrong. I hope you're wrong, but I'm not saying you're wrong
too,
because
I'm not saying that
the descent from where she was last year has to be talked about a lot more than it is, because she went from the arguably the best match of last year's WrestleMania in the WWE Women's Championship matchup, but really we have to look about it in retrospect. Her winning the Royal Rumble and her winning at WrestleMania felt like a Lifetime Achievement Award now, because now it feels like now they're putting her down where they see her at.
Nah, I hate to. It's one of those things where it's like, Bayley, I've seen her put on one of the greatest NXT women's matches of all fucking time. Come out to one of the biggest spots where you dropped the ball, where she could have been female John Cena with the hugger. Everybody loved her. She was so over, and y'all didn't pull the trigger. Even the ding dong hello was really, really over too.
So good.
I think she got injured after that and then came back. But the amount of time that Bayley was on the shelf versus how y'all using her now is criminally insane. I don't know if she goes to AEW. I would love to see Bayley, and I know y'all gonna hate me for this. I'd love to see Bayley in TNA, just because I think she would have some incredible matches there. But I don't know. I hate to agree with y'all. I don't want her to be teaching in a performance center, but also she's a wealth of knowledge, just like Natalya, just like Speedball, just like Josh Alexander. Not saying I want these people to be coaches, but these are the type of people that if you get to sit under their learning tree, bitch, I got my notes out. I'm sat. And Bayley is one of those people. I don't want her to be, though.
As long as she can mop the floor with Tessa, I'm all here for that. But,
you know what?
Sounds good to me. That works for me, brother.
That works for me too, brother.
We got for the Intercontinental Championship, Braun Breaker will defend against Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. Braun Breaker has been at the center of this Intercontinental Championship drama. He picked up a victory over Finn Balor, thanks in large part to a mistake from his Judgment Day partner, Dominic Mysterio. Then he was scheduled to face Penta for the Intercontinental Championship, and the Judgment Day got involved in that with them standing tall, laying out both men. The matchup was made official on social media by Adam Pearce, and it's basically a lot of the story is surrounded around the Judgment Day with the dissension between Finn Balor, who's been obsessed with regaining championship gold and bringing it to the Judgment Day, while Dominic Mysterio has been more concerned with the group as a whole and helping the other members. He helped Liv and Raquel win the tag team titles. He tried to help Finn win the Intercontinental Championship. But Liv believes that Dominic could do more and he can win the championship himself. So she got him made into this matchup here. Since the story is about the Judgment Day, I think that we are going to get Dominic Mysterio Intercontinental Champion. Cresta.
Listen. First of all, you know they say all men are created equal, but you look at Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, and Pentagon Jr., you can see that statement is not true, okay? The fact that they never have Braun Breaker do any type of... They had a Steiner Math promo, but it was terrible. So he needs to run that back. He needs to run that back. That being said, again, you have the opportunity to do the funniest shit ever. Dominic Mysterio, who is getting booed, only second loudest to fucking Logan Paul because nobody likes him. Yo, put the belt on him. Braun Breaker would lose his shit. Penta, respectfully, this is a showcase for you. You're not even supposed to be here. When your brother get here, tag team goal. Great. Finn, woo! Finn lose it to Dominic should pin Finn. Dominic should pin Finn.
Yes.
And say, hey, man, we're just doing... And this is only after you give Dominic a coup de grace. So Dominic should absolutely pin Finn. And be like, listen, we don't got no leaders, but only one of us got gold. Because, you know, I feel Liv and Raquel are going to lose it. But if Dominic wins it and he pins Finn,
we're on the same page.
Such good shit,
We're on the same page.
Such good shit. Maggie, what did you think? What do you think, Maggie?
Well, I think that there are two possibilities here. The one that you mentioned is the one I'm going to go with.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can have, you know, the whole story here, the whole match, they're going to be, Penta is going to be highlight here. Braun's going to do Braun Breaker stuff, of course. But the true storyline is between Dominic and Finn. The dissension of the Judgment Day. And what they can do is they can have Finn cost Dominic and Finn become Intercontinental Champion himself. But for me, the most intriguing thing for them to do is for Dom to pin Finn Balor. And then there's a segment of the Judgment, the clubhouse or whatever you want to call it. And everyone in the Judgment Day having a title except for Finn. Because, you know, Raquel and Liv are going to retain the championships. This can be on Raw. And then Finn is going to be, that's okay. And then he's going to turn on Dominic Mysterio. I don't know if this will automatically turn Dominic Mysterio face. I don't know. But lately, Dominic has been he's getting to me. And I hate that because way back, you know, two years ago when he was North American champion was the dark ages. That's what
the dark ages.
The dark ages, because the North American championship used to be the workhorse title and they put it on Dominic Mysterio. And I was puking, and this was right around the time I was granny sitting my grandmother while my parents were on a beach vacation. And she was watching wrestling with me. And what she said is still ringing in my ears. She's like, she told me, is this the main character of the show? And
Stop, Grandma. Stop, and Grandma.
I'm like, why are you asking this? And she's like, well, I'm watching him every day. He was on Raw, and then he was on NXT. And I'm like, fucking shit, you're right.
Yes.
Oh, Grandma got it
together. He was. She's got it. She knows the deal.
And I was so pissed off right around that time, but like she was right. I'm gonna go with Dominic Mysterio and then Finn Balor beating the crap out of him on the Monday Raw after WrestleMania.
I
Yeah.
want to say
And
it's about time Finn Balor gets beat up. I like Finn Balor, Prince Devitt, but can you imagine a world where Dominic takes his height and just ragdolls Finn?
Yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that. Besides,
can see
they
it.
give two shits about Finn.
Yeah,
They
let's
don't.
talk about that. They don't care
He's
about
Pin
Finn.
Balor. Pin
Yeah.
Balor. at
Somebody
this
type
point.
that in
Finn
chat.
Balor,
I was
yeah.
dying. Pin Balor. But it's so true. After you lost the Universal title, which doesn't even exist anymore, you only sniffed it. You've never been in a position again.
He didn't lose it. He had to relinquish it because of his shoulder thingy and
Yeah.
everything. And then they buried him against Roman Reigns with him on the. No.
How dare you be small and win a championship? Because we listen to people, and then you got injured. So now you're going to get punished for the rest of your life because you're small. And no one told you to be small and be popular, small guy.
And
Small.
have a body
Small
like that.
guy.
Small guy. Why aren't you 6'10", small guy? I don't care that you can do all the wrestling. You're small. Small guy.
Little small boy. Now we got two more matches to discuss. First, we got the Sin City Street Fight. Drew
know this was
McIntyre
happening.
will go one-on-one with Damian Priest. Last year at WrestleMania, Drew McIntyre was on top of the world. He beat Seth Rollins to become the World Heavyweight Championship. He was in the front row with his wife, putting out tweets, and so happy he had made it back to the mountaintop, won a world title on the WrestleMania stage in front of the world, in front of fans in the building, unlike what happened in 2020, but his obsession and his hatred for CM Punk got in the way. He started getting in Punk's face to the point that Punk tripped him up, attacked him with his arm brace that he was in injury with, hit him with a camera, and it led to Damian Priest coming out and cashing in Money in the Bank, making Drew McIntyre's world title reign last just over 5 minutes. Drew got another opportunity to win back the world championship in his home country of Scotland. He was on top of the world. Everyone thought he was going to be the champion in front of his people until Punk screwed him over again, and Damian Priest beat him again in front of his family and friends. Then he was dead set. He was going to the Royal Rumble. He was going to win the Royal Rumble and make it back to the main event of WrestleMania. And who eliminated him from that? Damian Priest once again, just like at Money in the Bank when he won the Money in the Bank contract and cashed it in on Damian Priest. Punk got involved and Damian Priest beat him again. Elimination Chamber, he was gonna win that and get back. He was the favorite going in, the betting odds favorite, but who beat him again? Damian Priest. So Drew said, I'm going to make Damian Priest's life a living hell, and he's attacked him in various ways, leading to Priest injuring Drew McIntyre by chokeslamming him on top of a car windshield, with Drew getting glass in his eye. It led to Drew attacking him on last week's Friday Night SmackDown and taking his chain. He MC jacked him for his chain after laying him out with the Future Shock DDT on top of the steel steps, making this matchup a Sin City Street Fight. I said before it was made a Sin City Street Fight. This just needs to be Undertaker versus Triple H from WrestleMania 17. They need to brawl in the crowd. They need to have Damian Priest chokeslam him off like a scaffolding and stuff like that. So I expect what this match is going to be. I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre for the win. Maggie?
Justice for Drew. Give Drew the world.
I agree.
Knowing
Cresta?
what I know, real briefly, damn, Drew McIntyre been an Omega hater. Damian Priest wants to wrestle. Yeah, there's two different matches happening right there. I think Drew McIntyre wins, while Damian Priest wants to wrestle because he got your number. You want to fight. So I have to. I like Damian Priest. I want him to have the world, but I am going to go here with Drew McIntyre because he's a hater. Him and AJ Styles wake up extra early to get extra hours of hating in. So
This is true. This is true. This is true. Yeah, I don't care about this match too much. I'll be honest. Even though it had one of the longer build-ups with everything that I just went over, but I don't care that much. I feel like
It'll
Drew
be like
should
that.
have a way bigger matchup after he had one of the best 2024s of anybody.
He should be wrestling AJ Styles. You flew to Australia to ruin that man's match. You should be wrestling AJ Styles. The fuck we got a Paul on the card for? Here's a waste of everyone's time. Sorry.
Yes.
I'll find every way to get Logan Paul off that goddamn card. I don't ever want to. I'd rather see Chris motherfucking Jericho than watch a Logan Paul match. I don't care. I don't care.
I respect it. And then finally, it's the main event of WrestleMania 41 weekend.
Maggie's favorite match.
The American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes will defend the undisputed WWE Championship against John Cena. John Cena won the Elimination Chamber matchup, last eliminating CM Punk, but he stayed around because Cody Rhodes was coming out, and then The Rock and Travis Scott came out at Elimination Chamber. The Rock gave Cody the option to sell his soul and align with The Rock after they had forgiven everything that happened before last year's WrestleMania. Apparently, that's what happened. Their moms are best friends now, and he was going to give Cody the world if he sold him his soul. But Cody told The Rock to go fuck yourself. Cena was very impressed with Cody. He shook his hand, he hugged Cody, and then his face dropped. He looked at The Rock. The Rock slit his throat, and it led to John Cena doing the unthinkable and turning heel for the first time in 20 years, laying out Cody, brutally assaulting him, bloodying him. Travis Scott broke his eardrum with a slap heard round the world, while The Rock whooped him with his final boss belt. This is John Cena, the heel. We had to wait 2 weeks, but he was back and he was tearing apart the fans for their 20-year toxic relationship with him. And he set the goal that he was going to win the WWE Championship because that's what the fans value the most. And he's going to take it away. He's going to retire with it and become the last real champion in this industry. But what the real crust of all of this, the reason why Cena turned on Cody, because Cody is nothing more than his chauffeur. He was the guy that was his errand boy, who was driving him around city to city and took all the secrets, all of Cena's advice to become this propaganda machine, to become the number one babyface and the champion that the people beloved. Basically, Cena is seeing a lot of himself in Cody, because Cody says that Cena is the one that's a company creation because he was made by one guy in an office who we can't even talk about anymore, while he was made by the people. And that Cena is just nothing more than a bitter old man who wants one more run in the sunset, while Cena believes Cody is just here because he is the person that built empires for billionaires, while Cody is the person who just steals money from their kids. While Cody believes that Cena still is hurt by the fans believing that he can't wrestle. This is now a bitter blood feud between student and teacher. Who do you think wins on Sunday? Who walks out undisputed WWE champion? Cresta.
The white boys are fighting, and I live. And I live. Also, Rock, why would you ask a black man to sell his soul? Sell his soul? That's crazy, because we all know Cody is black. Nice try. Nice try. I don't have any allegiance to anybody in this match. I missed the whole Cena thing. And this is like, wow, so you really are the guy that we all thought you were. I gotta tell you, I don't care. I don't care. I want Cody to win. I foresee Cena winning, but respectfully, you're gonna do what everyone else does. You're gonna win it, and I'm gonna see you for 3 times over the next 3 months because you got films to do, things to do. Also, I want to point out that Cody Rhodes dresses like Homelander. John Cena is Homelander. So there are 2 different people here. I think I think Cena wins here just for the razzle dazzle. I hate this for Cody. But I'm not sports interested in this match. I mean, to me, it just seems like a forlorn conclusion. Cena's been the boy since the golden tip could jizz. So, like, what do you think you could do here, bro? What do you think you're going to do here? I think you're absolutely going to lose this. So whoever beats Cena, whether it's a Braun Breaker or a Gunther, no one's going to bat an eye. And that's a good rub to get from Jonathan Cena. That's a great rub to get. But unfortunately for everyone, including me, I see Cody losing this. But I honestly don't care. I don't know how to say it. I don't care. I don't know how else to say it. Like, the build was all right, but there were too many twists and turns where it's like, oh, y'all lost the plot, and now y'all trying to glue something together and tell me this was it all along. Nice try. You can only Frankenstein me so much. I don't care. But it's probably Cena.
Maggie, what do you think?
So the stupidest thing here is that The Rock isn't here. Why wasn't The Rock a part of this entire thing? If The Rock doesn't show up at WrestleMania, that's stupid. Because why even have him in the build, in the storyline and everything? And then if he comes out the night after WrestleMania, it's gonna be stupid because so you were here, so you just didn't, Cena wins. Fuck Cody. No, that's the most underwhelming title reign. I'm sorry. I'm so disinterested in any of this. The only thing that was good was the matches against AJ Styles, and that is it. And that was fucking a year ago.
If you can't get a good match out of AJ Styles, you cannot wrestle.
Yes.
I like the Kevin Owens feud. Mainly because of Kevin Owens, but still, I like the feud.
Yes, Kevin Owens is the reason why, and the other reason why was that this match ended with Kevin Owens being hurt, still being, booty first, and Cody was celebrating in the ring, bragging that he won, and I was like, okay, so he's turning heel. And this was why this was interesting to me, because I thought that I was about to see character development in this white meat fucking baby face, even whiter than I am. And like, why am I not seeing character development when it comes to Cody? Listen, I was able to give Cody the benefit of the doubt back in the day when the spotlight was on a normal time for me, and I was basically hearing Steven Jensen dick ride Cody for about an hour. So I adore Steven Jensen. At some point, I was wondering if I'm gonna marry Steven Jensen because I love the guy. But like, listen, they're on at a normal time for American people. So, which means abnormal for me. So I'm not watching them live anymore. I'm just,
it comes on right when we're done. When we're done here, they're gonna come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go sleep. I have to get up at 7 a.m.
There.
Yeah.
What time is it there?
Right now, it's almost 11 p.m.
I thought you were gonna say 3 a.m. Like, yeah, yo, just wrap the show up.
No. Like, I'm fairly certain that when it comes to SP3 and I, we're gonna go for 3 hours when it comes to.
Yeah, we were fully prepared for that. We
were prepared for that. Shout out to Steven Jensen. I love Steven, but because I'm not listening to him live, dick riding Cody, so I don't have a soft spot for Cody anymore. This Steven Jensen was the only reason I was able to tolerate Cody Rhodes as champion. But now that I'm not watching him live, I'm like, yeah, fuck Cody. Like, fuck all the way off.
Maggie, you a real one. Like, listen, my license to myself. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Cody.
You left me, Steven, and now
fuck you, Cody.
You're on in a different time for me, so fuck off. And like, you can. I'll tell you what. I'm
Okay.
gonna tune into the spotlight when Cody loses, just so I can drink off of Steven Jensen's tears. That's
You
what
know
I'm
it's
gonna
gonna be
do.
the saltiest episode. Like literally, the intro should be salt. Salt.
No, the most viewed episode of the Spotlight was after WrestleMania 39 when Cody Rhodes lost against Roman. That was the most super chatted and the most watched episode of the Spotlight. I'm so here for that.
Steven Jensen was crying, shit, and pissing, sliding down the walls.
Oh my god!
I
I'm
love you,
gonna tell
Steven.
Steven when he's gonna be on here on Saturday for True Hill Heat. So I'll
Be
let
like,
him
yo,
know
watch,
this is how
watch,
we
watch
felt.
the VOD. Watch the VOD right quick.
Again, I adore Steven. I was gonna marry the guy. No. Fuck off.
Like the chat
Uh,
said, you would marry Steven, but if he didn't love Cody so much.
Yeah. I was always gonna be second best.
You're Seth Rollins. You'll never be the guy. You'll always lose to Cody Rhodes.
Exactly. I love you, Seth. I
Maggie Seth
understand your
freaking Rollins.
It's Maggie freaking Rollins. I probably liked Cody's raid more than anybody on the screen right now. But I say all of that to say John Cena has to win this title because that's the more interesting route. Him being the heel with as many over baby faces as WWE has right now, the rest of the year kind of writes itself. He faces Randy Orton one more time in St. Louis at Backlash in Randy's hometown. Money in the Bank is in Los Angeles. 14 years later, it's John Cena who's threatening to leave with the WWE Championship against the WWE's final hope, CM Punk. Basically the Earth 2 version of Money in the Bank 2011, where Cena can go into Hollywood and say, I'm going to be having the home field advantage this time. Then you got SummerSlam, where he can face Roman Reigns or do a rematch with Cody Rhodes. You're going to Paris. You're going to Paris in Europe. He can face someone like Gunther. Like, there's so much things that you can do with John Cena as WWE champion. I don't know about that, but there's so.
I want the Nexus to get their lick back. I watched that recently. I watched the speed run of it, and then I watched that match recently, and I'm like, so y'all really let John Cena beat up these guys that were going to be up next, and then John Cena ended up leaving like 5 years later? I don't care that you on retirement too. I'm breaking your ankles. I want my lick back. David Otunga, I'm out of retirement just to break your ankle. Oh man, go back to Afton. You ruined my life.
But most of all, this heel turn is one of the biggest heel turns in wrestling history.
Yeah.
But it will be all for naught if he loses at WrestleMania.
Agreed.
It wouldn't have mattered. And you were once again with an all-time heel turn that you did with the New Day and did absolute jack and shit with it and wasted that one. Don't waste this one. Don't waste the unthinkable, the wrestling white whale. No one thought we would ever see heel John Cena, and then for him to lose at WrestleMania, it would be all for nothing. So
that would be a very Triple H thing to do. I'm so sorry. Vince McMahon would do the most obvious, but Triple H wants to swerve people so hard, he does the exact opposite. Like, yo, Paul, what? Hunter, let me talk to you real quick. What are you doing? No, it's okay to give people the obvious. I understand you want to hit them. You can't always give the people what they want, but it's okay. Don't. And then have what? Do a best 2 out of 3 where Cody cut. I like Cody, but Cody gonna cut the same promo. I did what I told you I was gonna do because I'm the heart. And it's time to heal it up. Scum it up.
Yeah.
They even did it to Hogan. Hogan got garbage thrown at him.
Yes, and I said it before. This would be the equivalent of the Giant beating Hulk Hogan in 1996 for the WCW World Championship at Hog Wild 1996. And this is on the biggest stage possible with everybody watching. You're going to have Cody win after Cena turned heel? Well, that was a waste of time.
You give it all away. You give it all away.
They can... If they want to even do a tag team match, Cena can tag with The Rock, and then they can have the reference with Cody Rhodes being, I need my older brother, and then he can team.
No, I need my mentor, and it's Randy Orton. It's Randy Orton and Cody versus The Rock and John Cena.
Dustin Rhodes, like I love Dustin.
No, she was.
I do not want to see. unequivocally, because it's Ryan Nemeth, my bigger brother. No, that's not, like, I'd laugh for 2 episodes, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this? What is this? I'd laugh. I would laugh.
But
brother.
we've made it to the end of our WWE WrestleMania 41 preview. This is by far the greatest preview that we've done on this channel. Everybody has to move down a step. The Revolution preview that we did with Maggie, where she said the Konosuke Takeshita Kenny Omega match is going to be 7 pennies. Rating is now number 2 behind this one. Thank you so much to Maggie. Thank you so much to Cresta Star. Cresta, thank you so much for joining us. Please let everybody know where they can follow you on social media and when they might see you again.
Thank you so much for having me. Maggie, always a pleasure hanging out with you. SP3, always a pleasure being around with you. And if you want more Cresta SP3 tonight over on Fightful, instead of TNA, we will be covering Collision, because Collision comes on today and TNA always gets the short end of the stick. I don't make the rules, but them's the rules. You can find me over on any forms of social media at Cresta Star, CRESTA STARR, except for Facebook, because I don't have that. That's ghetto. Or X. Girl, who got Facebook? Nah. X, which is Cresta the Star, like Megan the Stallion. I stream almost every Wednesday on Twitch, twitch.tv/Cresta Star. But right now, Baldur's Gate has had a chokehold on me, so I haven't been doing anything. Listen, if it wasn't for the fact that people reminded me that WrestleMania was this weekend, this would have been me. Oh, wow, cool. Shadowheart learned something else new. So, thank you guys so much for supporting your girl. Can't wait to see you later on tonight. SP3, thank you for having me. And that's where you can find Cresta Star. Just type it in. It'll show you my face somewhere. Like, Maggie, where can the people find you? I'm doing your job. I'm doing your job.
Yes. Great job. Great segue.
Thank you guys so much. I enjoy every time. The rare occasions I get to be with Cresta on the screen, this is the time of my life. Also, thank you, sweetie, for having me on the True Heel Heat channel. One of the best times ever during my week, doing these pre-shows with you, sweetie. Thank you so much. You can follow me on Twitter or X or whatever, Twixter, fuck off. You can follow me at Maggie at Maggie_IK. You can also follow me on Instagram at Maggie.IK and on Blue Sky at Maggie-IK. The weirdest thing in the world. Also, please join me and Rob Wilkins every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fightful Overbook. Subscribe to Fightful Overbook, the sister channel for Fightful on the main channel on YouTube. Also, please subscribe to Fightful Select, the easiest $5.99 you're ever gonna spend on wrestling media. A lot of scoops during WrestleMania, and a cheap plug for Jeff Hawkins. I love Jeff Hawkins. And he will be joining Sean for the WrestleMania post show on both nights. And I'm so incredibly happy for this. I miss Jeff Hawkins on Fightful. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ladies. This was my face hurts from smiling and laughing so much. But you can follow me on the Twitter machine at True Heel SB3. You can follow the gang Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at True Heel Heat. Patreon.com/True Heel Heat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best place to support us when we are not live here. And of course, I will be back live tomorrow. Been saying it bunch during the show because we had a whole bunch of people like, I'm confused. I thought this was supposed to be today. No, it's going to be tomorrow right here live on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, 1:05 p.m. Eastern time. Me and Jimmy will be here to discuss AEW Dynamite Spring Breakthrough as well as tonight's Collision on AE Ramble. So join us live for that tomorrow. I will be live on the True Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment channel tomorrow, previewing the NBA playoffs as well. And like Cresta said, I'll be joining her for the AEW Collision post show on the Fightful main channel following tonight's show. So join us for that as well. Thank you so much to Maggie. Thank you so much to Cresta. Thank you so much to all of you. Drop the thumbs up, comment down below if you're watching us on demand, and check out the rest of WrestleMania week here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. That is the schedule. press pause and you can see it all right there. But thank you so much to the ladies, and thank you to all of you. It is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3. This has been our WWE WrestleMania 41 preview. We are signing off until next time.